shots, high caliber round. If you know what's best, then you better get down. Shots, high caliber round. If you know what's best, then you better get down. Down. Get down. Down. Better get down. Down. Get down. I wanna see you get to the ground. You're being held up by the UK sound. Firing shots, high caliber round. High caliber round. Then you better get down. High caliber round. Then you better get down. High caliber round. Then you better get down. High caliber round.
I ran away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. I ran away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. Smoke is scanning to the sky. You can't believe your senses. You think you've seen it all until you open your eyes. I never wanna be alone. This place is cursed. I want you to never leave my side. I ran away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. We dream of feeling something. I want you. I know we both escape to lose the ground. The world we used to know is burning down. We're always strong enough to build our own. We've been running for ages to search some light. I want you. I know we both escape to lose the ground. We've been running for ages to search some light. We can feel every day after running for nights. We feel so alive. to see some light. When ashes dropping down to build our world.
All right, we're into pick and ban for game one, week 6 of the Gold League. It's Aftermath taking on New World Esports Jupiter. I'm Traxon. Joining me is Paul Walker and our wonderful producer Pop Tart. We're live already in pick and ban with Vigar and already taken off the board, and that's something that I was mentioning earlier. If you are playing against these teams, Ari is a very big pick right now, as well as the Vex.
Yeah, no, very insecure picks if you ask me. Mages. So yeah, why are you picking mages? Just be better. Kill your
Fair
enemy.
enough.
Solo
Yeah,
bolo.
fair enough. We see Samira Kane banned Darius and Aurelia after the 12.6 patches, slight buff to Darius. It looks like draft law is giving me some issues, but we said Nautilus and the Leona locked in, assuming that my client is still updating. For some reason, it does a thing where it doesn't update for me. So
Look at
we'll
that,
see.
Leona Jinx.
I mean, yeah,
Uh, yeah,
Jinx
can't go
is
wrong.
one of the
Jinx is
best
Jinx.
ADCs right now. Yeah, so I want to see if Aftermath opts in for the Zeri here.
They do. I'm guessing your draft law is fucked, but
Yes, it is a little slow right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
we get the Zeri, and let's see, we get a third pick. I feel like this is a better bot lane for Aftermath, but Leona Jinx requires really like way less hands. Okay, and
True.
then we have a Corki pick. Interesting. pretty
Yeah, I mean,
insecure if you ask me. That's just my
oh
opinion as a
my
mid lane player,
gosh.
but you
So I
know,
mean, it's Ari, Vex, and Corki are the three main picks right now that you're looking for coming out of this team
got it.
for
Yeah, no, I have not
Aftermath.
scouted any of these teams, so
All good.
makes sense.
So yeah, so the Vex is still up on the table, but definitely those are the by far the main three picks that they would be running in
Yeah,
this
but see,
lane
I
right
like to
now.
see something a little spicier, a little
Okay.
pizzazz. We see a Volley Bear, that's pretty good. I feel like Volley Bear is actually a way overplayed for the value he provides. Like people just pick Volley Bear because they think he's good. I think he's like realistically, there's way better options out there, but
I think Volibear's in a decent spot right now
he's
within the
decent.
meta,
See,
but I think they have the ability to really punish top lane with the ability to shut off the turret and the top lane dive. But we've yet to see top laners pick. We've waited quite a while for that, so I want to see what they end up going with. But I'd like to see some damage and New World Esports Jupiter get the counter pick up there to utilize that Volibear and shut down the aftermath top laner.
yeah, if you had to pick, who would you say is winning draft right now? Because I don't know these teams, so like in
New
terms
World
of
Esports
picks, it's very
Jupiter
even.
has a very easy to navigate team fight. Just kind of go
Yeah,
forward with Leon and the Volibear, press R, and then let Jinx kind of kite around. But obviously, Aftermath has a lot of kiting potential coming out of this area in the Corki, and it's not point and click CC unless the Volibear is able to flash on top of one of the carries. But the issue is fighting through the Corki with the package is so much more difficult for New World Esports Jupiter. It kind of comes down to can they play out those timings around the objective, or is
a
Corki just going to
Camille would
pick
be
it up
huge from
off a
Jupiter
cooldown?
here.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
I
To
don't know if
lock
they
on his air,
can,
yeah,
I think it would be very big. And also the
I'd
Corki,
agree.
it cucks Corki package immensely.
hmm We
So
might. I don't know. I know they play a lot of Aatrox.
yeah, that's a useless champ right
Decent
there.
amount of Aurelia, but we see the Aurelia, the Wukong, and the
Yeah, Aurelia's
uh
yeah, Aurelia's
yeah,
banned, so that's not
Darius.
an
So they're
option.
they're heavily banning out top lane. The Zoe lock in is off from the word esports Jupiter, and I'm gonna be honest with you,
That's
I
an
don't know how I
int.
feel about that right now.
No, that's. I feel like that's an int. I mean, look, I'm very much willing to be proven wrong, but
hmm
Zoe into Corki, like, who gives a fuck? That's a decent matchup, I guess. But more importantly, Zoe does not fit the identity of Jinx, Volibear, Leona
And
whatsoever.
you know who just kind of rounded out their identity? Aftermath with the
Yeah.
go ability of the Shen Nocturne with the Corki package as well. Just such easy delivery for the Shen to the backline of New World Esports Jupiter. And I assuming that's locked in. It's actually not.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I
It-
really like the Nocturne pick. We just saw some sizable nerfs coming in on 12.6 for the
yeah,
Hecarim
Hecarim is
pick, and
gutted right now.
Aftermath locked it in. And I don't think
Do
I
they read
like
patch
that.
notes?
Maybe not. We'll see.
Okay.
But I mean, Nocturne is a
Trundle.
very good jungler right now. Volibear is very good right now, and I don't think Hecarim's going to see that great of a time. Trundle locked in for a New World Esports Jupiter, so it looks like this team's turned into more of a siege slash split push
Yeah, I don't think
coming from New World Esports Jupiter.
anyone can match the split from the Trundle here if he's
No.
going top lane. That is. I really like Trundle top. I think it's a super strong pick.
hmm
Uh, on the other hand, Shen obviously also wants to stay in the side lane, but I just think that there'll be a point in the game where Trundle will quite literally just run him down in a
Yeah.
side lane, and there's nothing he can do. And if Hecarim shows up, that's usually like a free objective on the other side of the map,
For
and
sure.
there's potential for 1v2. To be
But
honest,
what I will say is Aftermath has the ability to take it to New World Esports Jupiter when you see Trundle in the sideline. I assume it's
oh
going to
for sure.
be a teleport Trundle. We could see an Ignite teleport Chen coming out up in the top lane, or not
It,
Ignite teleport, Ignite Flash is what I mean, to try to match that
y-
Trundle in the early game.
right.
And
In the
that's what I
early
would
game,
like to see
Shen
them attack.
is definitely. I would agree. Shen is definitely advantage, but there's also the potential for Volibear top here. I've seen that with Trundle jungle.
That is that is a
I don't know
potential.
how I'd feel about that.
But
I
I
feel
think I
like Trundle
prefer
should be top.
Volibear in the jungle here.
Hmm.
But Trundle would still be good, to be honest with you, in the jungle. I need to take a look at these players to see kind of what they play. And I'm gonna guess since it's Echo Foxy 12 lining up,
Ah,
in the jungle. It would have been that Volibear, but it looks like that Potato Girl
maybe a
won.
last second
Or that Potato Girl going to be taking it
last second
up in the
swap.
top lane. I don't see a lot of Volibear. I guess I see some in the match history, but I think I actually
Uh,
prefer Volibear in the jungle with the Trundle top to match that.
yeah, definitely.
I think both those matchups are better for New World Esports Jupiter should they opt into that, but maybe they swap. But and I know I see the jungler take Volibear quite often in the jungle. Like that is their second most played pick. So I wonder if they end up swapping it, but I'm not sure that Potato Girl has really any Trundle games either. So
I'll
okay,
tell you what
so
though,
hmm
the Trundle's actually better at ganking bot lane than the Volibear.
true, yeah.
Um, the pillar against Zeri is a bit more impactful than a Volibear,
Mhm.
unless he gets like a really deep flank. Uh, but Volibear's better at setting up dives, so yeah. I would like to see Volibear jungle here, but it looks like we're not getting that.
True. We'll see. They have a little bit of time to swap,
Hmm.
but
And then again,
looking.
and the Hecarim nerfs, like I feel like if this
Mhm.
game was yesterday, the Aftermath would be very much favored here, comp wise, draft wise, but with the nerfs, I'm not too sure anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Uh, what I wanted to say though, real quick, is looking at these two teams and their comps. Both of these teams are tied in the standings right now, 21 points apiece, fighting for a playoff spot. As you know, top four teams from each division do qualify for playoffs, and we have a four-way tie right now for second place. This could be a potential elimination match between these two teams this week in week 6. Game 1, who do you feel walks away with the win here?
I'm gonna have to get to red side, I think, because, and this is honestly quite literally just because I think that Hecarim is just in a really shit spot.
Mhm.
Um, actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna switch my
Aftermath?
decision. Yeah, just because I think that Corki is much easier to pilot than Zoe.
I agree,
So
100%.
I think
100%.
that's it comes down
And
to that.
I think part of the problem is I would like to see some like point and click CC coming out of New World Esports Jupiter here to
They
try
don't
to
really have
lock
any.
them down,
The Zeri's
but
gonna pop off if they get to like 35 minutes or so,
Mhm.
which is
but
definitely possible.
they don't really have any tools to deal with. I feel the Hecarim who's going to be running around the Corki. Well, Hecarim's not as good as he was, you know, 24 hours ago, but I just don't see a lot of playmaking coming out of New World Esports Jupiter to lock down these carries of the Corki in this area, really.
Yeah, we'll have to. I mean, at the end of the day, it really just it's a question of who has hands, right? Who's
Fair.
got the hands to play the game? Mouse on the keyboard. Who's gonna
Yeah,
win?
I mean, we'll
We'll see.
see. We're going to go through a quick break, and when we are back, it's Game 1 Aftermath Esports taking on New World Esports Jupiter for Week 6 of the Gold League. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, we're back with Game 1, Week 6, Aftermath Esports on the blue side, taking on New World Esports Jupiter on the red side. Again, I'm Traxon. Joining me is Paul Walker with our producer, Pop Tart. We're into
And a
the action
pause.
for Game 1, into a pause. Yep, I love to
Sick.
see it. Hopefully it's not too long, but
See,
I mean,
I'm kind of. Like, this is what I don't understand, right? I feel
okay.
like every mid laner I see in these comp games, without a shadow, like they always take TP on champions that you'd rather take. I don't know, Zoe, Ignite, get a kill level 2. What's Corki? You can bully the hell out of Corki. There's nothing you can do. And yeah, here
True.
we are. We have TP. I feel like I don't know. I really want to see
It
more aggression
is the
early on.
consistent, it is the consistent ability though, right? If you're thinking about it, it gets you to lane, gets you to, plays later on in the game. It can make plays later on after 15 minutes. So for
100%.
competitive fives, it's the favored summoner spell, but I
It is. It's also
understand
gold.
why you would like Ignite because you like to just kind of 50-50 in the mid lane and either run it down or you win big.
See, the thing is with Ignite, he always win big.
Fair. But they have
I feel
Ignite
like
on the
Zoe's definitely
supports.
Zoe is definitely one of the champs I'd rather see in Ignite, but that's just me personally. Like I said, obviously, can't always be right.
Fair. Looking at it though, do all the runes make sense to you here? Looking at it, it looks pretty standard.
Yeah, I would say so. I really like Glacial Movement on Leona. I think it's
Hmm.
really underrated. Uh, I don't know what Volibear's supposed to take, so that looks good to me, quite
Hmm.
honestly. Very cookie cutter everything. So yeah, it's all good. I
Fair,
really want
fair.
to. I'm really curious to see how Hecarim will clear though, with the nerfs, because
Yeah, that'll be really interesting. Hmm.
it'll definitely impact him, right? So we'll see. I
Yeah,
reckon he just literally hasn't read the patch notes. That's the
that's what you think.
yeah. I
It's
think that's
gonna
what
be
happened.
rough. I mean, Trundle's gonna have a good time up against this hacker in the jungle. That is for sure. Uh,
Mm.
with that though, we really haven't gotten any word on when the players are going to be ready to unpause. So I think we're going to throw to a real quick break, and we'll be right back with more Game 1 action. We're back after some technical difficulties. We're good to go though. Back in the game. Game one again. Aftermath Esports on the blue side. New World Esports. Jupiter on the red side. Both of these teams sitting tied in the standings for second place, 3-2 apiece, fighting for that potential fourth seed. I know Aftermath Esports does play, I believe, Clinical next week. So this is a huge game for New World Esports. Jupiter as Clinical, a bottom of the standings team at the moment, and pretty much a must win if Jupiter really wants to see themselves in playoffs. And
Yeah.
with that,
It looks like. Never mind. I was gonna say something stupid. I'm not looking at the mini map. Standard red buff for Hecarim. Trundle's starting topside. Interesting. So
Mhm.
for some reason he doesn't want like. I if I'm Trundle, I look to start my bot lane similar to the Hecarim, and then look to fight level 3 at the Scuttle. It should be an easy win for him right
yeah,
there.
I think especially at this elo, I think it's very important for you to start bot side and get leashed by your bottom lane because you're just not at the level of kiting that you want to be at, right? You're gonna take a little bit more damage than usual, but
Yeah.
we'll
He's going
see what they end
for.
up doing with it.
He might go for an early gank bot. I think that's the plan here. But
Maybe,
he's
I
running
mean, could be a cheeky,
straight
yeah,
to
gank
blue.
bot. Yeah, going buff to buff is what it looks like. All right, just making sure that Hecarim has no ability. Unless he's looking to kind of invade the bot side jungle after this buff, I don't think that's a thing. I think they're looking
That
for
make
Gromp after this.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, early trading coming through. Level 2 is caught on for the bot side, but they hit level 2, so they're able to trade back. Zenith Blade is going to connect. The stun comes through. Good damage from Trigger onto the Fat Jester, but a lot of damage onto Leona as well. And we see level 2 coming across the board. Small little trades, but no significant flashes or anything flown. The Fat Jester looking for another hook, but not going to
Yeah,
find it.
look at mid lane. Look at mid lane.
Oh, yep. Toronto coming with the wraparound level 3 on Buckby, though it does try to W over. The pillar comes through, the flash comes out of Buckby, and that will be a burn flash advantage now. Captain Phil on the Zoe in that mid lane.
Yeah, really good patience from Trundle here, waiting for
Yeah.
the Corki to burn his W, so he had to use his
Yeah,
flash. I really
applies
like
the
that.
red buff as well. Yep, gets the W
Mm.
over. Wonderful gank coming out of Echo Foxy 12 on that Trundle, and really only down a camp because of it.
Yeah, definitely worth it. I think in this meta right now, power farming junglers just doesn't work as much as ganking, and well, we're looking at a
Speaking of
gank top
ganks, here
lane.
comes Hecarim up in the top lane. That potato girl looking for a kill onto Pupper, please. Not. It does find it,
Oh!
actually. Oh, no. That goes horribly wrong for Pupper, please, in the top lane. First blood over to the Volibear. Hecarim does get the return kill, but
Oh,
that is not what you want to see of in the top lane.
okay, so here's my take, right? The Hecarim is pushing the wave, forcing the TP out of the
Yeah.
Volibear, but I think that's actually an in. Because you
You always try to
deny
freeze it and
your
just
top
regank
laner.
it. Yeah.
Well,
That's
right
you.
here, look.
Yeah.
Volibear's freezing a
Mhm.
wave that he's basically upper waving XP now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's rough, especially
Papa
with.
Please is really
Yeah.
cucked here.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. I mean, they're gonna trade Rift or Scuttles, my apologies, top and bottom, and there's an on the way ping in the mid lane. Captain Phil up against Buckby. The flash is there on the Zoe. Wrapping around is Convey. Captain Phil, can they land a sleeper? Trouble Bubble
Ooh.
does not land. Gets knocked back. We'll have to flash over the wall. We'll get that. And both mid laners missing flashes. We saw a massive trade up in the top line while we were watching the action in the mid lane. And Pupper,
Yep.
please, forced to flash, traded flash for flash, and forced to back. So that is another wave that will be pushed into that tower. But look at that TP up in there.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. The issue is you burn the TP from the Volibear, but that's honestly fine. You're actually inting your top laner here by taking that one wave. Just that one wave was enough to really set this, And you think the Hecarim ganked, right? So therefore Shen has an advantage, but it really isn't the case.
No, I mean, it's
Looking at
29 to
a
13 in CS. They're not having a good time. And off
definitely
the
not.
back of that push
For
in the bot
Drake.
lane as well, that'll be the first Dragon Hextech going over to New World Esports Jupiter here.
Yeah, no, definitely be good early Drake. They had the prio, so why not? Yeah.
Mhm.
Trundle takes it pretty quick, I would think as well. So
Yes. However, there's a sizable difference. While there is a 10 CS difference in the top lane and a kill, look at the jungle difference in gold right now. As while Trundle's been going around and getting objectives, Hecarim has just pretty much been power farming and is out farming the Trundle right now.
oh, we might look at some jungle on jungle action here.
You might. Nope. Okay.
Uh,
Level 5, level 4. That's a fight that you want with the Sheen off the reset right there. You can press tab and see Trundle only has a long sword, so that's a huge
yeah.
fight in favor of you, as you also have the tier 2 boots completed. So that's a forced flash from Trundle, or just a straight up kill if Corky's able to run down a little bit faster than Captain Phil.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that sacrificing that early farm for objectives and pressure on the lanes is always worth it in my opinion. Hecarim not being one of those junglers though, that's for sure, since he is a very farm
Yeah,
heavy jungler.
I don't know, because there's a 2 level difference between Hecarim and Trundle right now, and yes, you're
Yeah.
able to get a little bit done early on. Force the flash, but hold on, Hecarim's coming up on top lane. That potato girl does have the ultimate, will get knocked back. The taunt comes through, looking to try to ult out. The shield comes through. The fleet Convey takes a turret, but it's too little, too late. There's no flash on
That's a dead
the
bear.
Bear, and yep, that is a dead bear. 2 kills and a bounty now on Convey on the Hecarim.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like what has really saved him from the blunder from top lane, and I mean to be honest, that really didn't put him at a disadvantage more so as top laner. Is the fact that his pathing and farming has been a lot better. He's looking to maybe counter jungle or gank here. I think he's
Yeah.
looking for.
It's a
I
20
think he's a
CS
bit
difference.
confused.
It's
Oh
yeah,
well,
Hecarim's level 6. Oh, coming in. Does get the knockback onto Cap Phil, who does land the drowsy onto the Hecarim, but Buckbeat is right there, not able to land the rocket. Shen is
Papa, please, yeah,
coming
come
up.
in.
Yep, Pupper, please. Coming up, Cap Phil in a whole lot of trouble, trying to get over. The taunt comes through. That's a dead Zeri. Buckbeat picks up that kill on the board. 3-1 in kills, and the 2,000 gold for Aftermath
That was
Esports here.
a major blunder by Captain Phil. You saw the Hecarim, and you see your Trundle in that same side of the jungle, and you see that the Hecarim isn't going for him. So where
Yeah,
else is he gonna go?
it's mid lane.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
He because he altered forward. That's where I'm a bit confused.
hmm
But also Trundle trying to, I don't know, walk to Tribush instead of he should have seen his mid laner just die and taken farm instead. He just kind of ran around doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we see, Wave CS for Aftermath in the bot lane. Buckbee's doing well farming up against Cap Phil. We might have a bit of a scrap here as the Fat
Bot
Jester's
lane, yeah.
looking for something, but not going to find anything. Oh, does find
Oh,
Trigger, actually. The root comes through into the ultimate. Convey is here. Zeri chopping over the wall. Trigger in a whole lot of trouble. Does have to flash up, but flashes an auto attack. You can't do that. Does die. And the hook flash from the Fat Jester, not
nice
going to
try,
connect.
Fat
But
Jester.
that is,
Nice
yeah,
try.
good try there. We appreciate the effort. Not going to connect, but that is Trigger burning both of those CDs. And the one lane that really hadn't been tipped in favor of Aftermath Esports just happens in the bot lane with the gank from Convey. And I'm going to be honest with you, we were not super happy with the Hecarim pick, but Convey's been all over the map. 3 out of the 4 kill participations have accrued on that Hecarim, and there's a 20 CS gap between the Trundle and the Hecarim right now.
Yeah, Trundle taking the Rift out right now, trying to get some gold. I'll be honest, I don't think I'm not trying to hate on Convey or anything. I think he
yeah.
is definitely winning the jungle matchup here. Now we
100%.
might see it action top lane.
Very hard, yep. They're looking for this onto Pupper, please. That potato girl not able to find the stun. Will push the Shen off of the objective, and they're looking to try to inject that gold into the Volibear in the top lane. Trying to knock down some of those plates. I mean, look at all the plates.
Yeah, definitely helps Trundle. Obviously helps top laner. But
Convey's gonna
more action.
unstoppable.
Holy
The Shen
crap.
ultimate comes through. It's a 2v2. This is such a good fight that they picked. Convey's there. Buckbeak coming over the wall as well. Not able to land the rocket, but it's not gonna matter. That's 2 kills going over to Aftermath Esports. 1 in the top lane, 1 in the jungle, and it's 6-1. Such a good early game coming out of Aftermath Esports.
yeah, that rocket was he was predicting the flash. Honestly,
True.
300 IQ. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
So
but
what can I say?
I mean, this is a massive gap in the jungle right.
Yeah,
Like
I was gonna say,
Convey is running over Echo Fox 12.
you know what it is actually, and it's not even. I don't think he's not playing out of his mind or anything. I'm not trying to put Convey down in any way, shape, or form. It's just that Echo Fox is quite literally just running around doing absolutely nothing.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, looking for a
take
fight
your
bot lane,
wolves.
not gonna find it. But yeah, but here's the thing though, right? Buckby has package, and it's the next dragon fight, second Drake. It is Cloud, so it's either gonna be Infernal, Mountain, or Ocean here. They're gonna use it to zone
Oh,
Trigger and the rest of the bot lane off. So it was, about to be on cooldown, so they did want to chop it. But good
yeah, no,
objective
definitely.
control with this early game 2,000 gold difference.
Yeah, you have to find
Oh,
ways
that's
to make
so
the.
much damage though.
Ooh, big
Yeah,
damage, big damage.
Phil just absolutely nuked Buckby there. But Buckby able to walk out, not quite at that one-shot potential. And that's really the only thing they have going for them at the moment is the Zoe. Yes, Zoe has died, but even in farm, and they've able to stick around and kind of play it out. But we have a bit of a fight up in the top lane. That Potato Girl taking down the half health. Pupper, please, getting an advantage in this fight. But we're going to have a dive in the bot lane. Trigger under fire. The onslaught comes through. That's Fat Jester picking up that kill. And Fat Jester taking up the turret. A little bit more damage onto Leona. One more turret shot tanked. And the ADC might go
Oh, the
down. It
Zeri.
will be traded.
Yeah.
Trigger does get that kill. So that's a big trade, actually. It needed to be Convey to tank the turret to get out. But unfortunately, Zeri does go down in that trade. And we might have some more action up in the top lane. But Pupper Please able to dash over the wall, and 8-2 right now. They do get a kill back on the Jinx, but it's got to feel so bad for Trigger down in the bot lane right now.
Yeah, I feel like bot lane are really for Jinx Leon are really paying for the sins of their jungler right now, who is kind of running around like a headless chicken trying to get his Volibear ahead. Volibear who is realistically not going to be able to do much.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's something
he
that we kind of mentioned as Buckbeast does stop a back for Cap Phil. Oh, Cap Phil could be in trouble if that rocket hits. That's a lot of damage, but not gonna land it. And Cap Phil just trying to push this wave up. What I was gonna say though is they don't have many opportunities to kind of shut down the Zeri early game. And I just don't know if putting your resources in onto that Potato Girl up in the top lane, who is actually getting ganked. The taunt comes through. Pupper, please.
dies
Another kill
again.
on the board. Such an easy textbook play. Good taunt coming out of Pupper, please. No flash on the Volibear. So that was 100% chance that was going to be a kill. But yeah, 1-4 down in gold, actually, even getting the injection of those turret plates. Hold on. Flash comes through. And it's going to be flash for flash. The support's hitting the skill shots, but Trundle's coming through. And that should be a chomp and auto attack. Shen trying to get the ultimate.
Shen ultimate
Take that one out. And
will
it
be
does
enough.
not. No, it's not. Just barely
Oh,
surviving. This could be the turnout that they're looking for. Pupper, please, looking to trade onto Trigger. Hook not going to connect, but Pupper, please, with another auto attack. Chasing 3 members down. Don't go under the turret. That's the only thing that you can't do. All right. They trade it back, and it is 1 kill going over to New World Esports Jupiter to make it 9-3. There is still over a 3,000 gold difference between these two teams, but they're not going down without a fight.
yeah. I don't really know what to say here. That was I feel like they could have honestly taken them more of that fight. Like I know they were low, but realistically, Nautilus and Shen had no more spells, and Jinx could just kite for free, but she
I
decided
don't
not
know.
to.
I don't know if Ikazuchi had flash up or if it came up
Um,
right after that fight, but does have flash
yeah.
now. So I wonder if there's the possibility that they
The
could have
cleanse was
flashed that.
also pretty bad. They didn't cleanse anything other than the slow from the ultimate.
Mhm.
She didn't get stunned.
Yeah, it's all right though. Little hypey there, but still
Yeah,
still up in gold pretty much across the board right now. So they're sitting pretty at the
massively
moment.
so. Massively so. Yeah.
Yeah, and they just have
What
to
do you
play
think
these
of
objectives out right now.
What do you think of the Kraken Slayer on the Jinx? I know you're more of a Gale Force,
I
every
actually
game kind of guy.
I actually like Kraken Slayer. I don't know if I like Kraken Slayer in this scenario right now.
Hmm.
But no, I would prefer
I,
to run Kraken Slayer. But the meta just right now for ADCs is like everything just blows you up so fast. So it's almost like you kind of have to
yeah.
run Gale sometimes just to try to survive in these team fights.
We're looking at some action mid lane, maybe?
Yeah.
NA Ram? NA Ram?
A little bit here, but looks like no one's going to find anything. Dragon is up in 32, so both
There's
teams
Fat
really
Waves
kind of,
top and bot.
yeah, both teams trying to jockey for the mid lane prio and then take it down to Dragon, but there are pushing waves. Oh, Echo Foxy could be in trouble here. The hook does land. Chompers go down, and the taunt not going to connect. The pillar does get Echo Foxy 12 to safety, and Zoe's up in the top lane. This is a fight that they want to force. It is a 5-on-4. They're pinging it out. They have waves pushing in the bot lane. Top will be pushing, but there's no top turret there. They're looking for the potential steal on the blue buff. Not going to find it, but they will set that up. The Fat Jester looking to just run interference. Corky is teleporting back with the package. This is going to be a huge package here. Buckby over the top, landing it, separating the team. Trigger on the backside, not able to get forward. That's 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kills. Trigger could be in trouble. Buckby trying to run down this 80 carry. Zeri jumping over the wall, and that's going to be 4 kills. Where was Zeri? The fight was taken by Aftermath Esports, and it is a clean sweep 4-0 in their favor.
Yeah, New World Esports ran it down, quite literally. Zoe's top, you're not winning that fight. Just go take Herald. Go take side lanes.
For the Zoe either. Yep, they should have called it out. Pings needed to be there. We cannot take this fight. Our mid lane, and even if they are, that's
but
not
even if
they
don't win that fight.
Pick that fight. Yeah, they have to poke down with this area and look for a potential pick here, but unable to find it. That's what I meant. Zoe, sorry, not the Zeri.
That's all right.
Yeah.
The same.
There's
same
so many
name,
Z champions now. Yeah, help me out.
Yeah, Zed, Zyra.
But yes, the Zoe, they needed to poke with the Zoe, get to the objective before Aftermath did, but Aftermath was able to push them off the objective, gain control, and they just pick an easy fight with the teleport coming in from Buckby.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I think Zoe actually made the right call of going top lane there. Everyone should have just left. There's no way they win that fight. 5v5.
Yeah, they need
down
3
5k gold.
Yeah,
they need it's the second Drake. Just go get Rift. It's a free Rift.
Captain Phil getting jumped on. Zeri is there, gonna be dashing backwards, and should be able to get up. But Leona could be in a little bit of trouble, but Drowsy does land in onto the Zeri, so we'll bide some time as a little bit of damage coming back on a Fat Jester in the back half of that. But mid tier 1 under fire with 3 members strong. They're going to be popping the Rift Herald as well. Captain Phil looking for some damage over the wall. Will land the Drowsy onto Ikazuchi. Fat Jester does not go down off the Jinx Rocket.
Makes
but it
no
will
damage.
Be the mid turret. Yeah, I mean, that's a under, an under fed. I can't think of the word right now. But yeah, Jinx is having a rough time this game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I genuinely think the Zoe pick was really bad. I kind of expect, like, that's kind of the feeling I had going into the game, because I think Zoe does require, like, I'm not saying it requires skill, because she's a brain dead champion, but she kind of does in the sense that
she's an all skill shot champion, right? And if you're not feeling your skill shots that day, or you're having a bad game, she looks absolutely useless. Some of these fights right now, and that's just one of the struggles with the champion. Like you're either really good and it works for you when you play it, or you have an off game and it's just like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't be picking this in this game.
I also think that realistically, I like playing mid laners into Corky that can make him blow his package early.
Yeah. As we see that potato girl going in up upper, please 50% health on the Shen, and not a huge trade that you want to take, but yeah, this could be a dive coming through. Fat Jester. Oh, they're going to face check it too. Zeri is there as well. The knockup comes through, and that's a killing spree. 4-2 and 4 on the Zeri. The rich get richer. And
that one potato girl, what are you doing?
Yeah, face checking that bush. Quite unfortunate. Didn't have much ward coverage out there, but if your enemy top laner is sitting at a 3rd health, aggressively positioning the way there, you have to know that helps on the way. But yeah, 4 members strong up in the top lane, looking to push for a tier 2 convey. Could be looking for a flank on the Leona. A little bit of damage coming through. The choppers does go down. The flash hook though. Can they finish off the kill before they get to the blast going? And it is. Convey now dominating 6-0 and 6 on the Hecarim, and with the 650 gold bounty, making this champion post nerfs look good.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to admit it because I still think Hecarim is really just hard nerfed, and that's just a fact. but I mean they're making it work.
But when everyone plays this well together and this in sync,
Yeah,
anything
definitely.
can look good at this.
For sure. I think you could have picked Singe Jungle, done well there.
You're a huge. Yeah, but what I was gonna say is they get the 4 kills earlier. Baron's just now up, so this next fight that goes awry in 55 seconds could be the third Drake in favor of Aftermath Esports, as well as the Baron looking to crack this base now.
This is a deciding fight realistically.
Yeah. And
Whoever
even
wins
if
this fight,
yeah, even if Jupiter does win, it's going to require 3 or so fights to really get back into this game. Is we don't even see the second item completed on Jinx, and we have a Renault's Hurricane and a Triforce on the Zeri.
yeah. Realistically, I think that Zeri still needs. I think at 2 items she's okay-ish. At 3 she becomes really scary. So
Yeah.
you still have a little bit of time before she becomes a bit of a monster.
Yeah, but I mean,
Everyone-
on the flip side,
see a lot
Jinx
of
with the Kraken
pings.
Slayer. Oh,
Are
they're
they
gonna be
training Nash?
they're gonna try to trade. I don't know if
Do they have the
have.
DPS?
I don't know if they have the damage. This is yeah, but they
Oh.
know though. They know they're walking straight up
coming.
to it. Baron down to half health. Shen sniffing this one out. They're looking for the
Oh,
drowsy. Will land on
Buckby's
Shen.
hungry.
Shen's able to follow the way.
Buckby's hungry.
Buckby's coming. Yeah, Buckby does have the package, and Shen's lived too long. A 4-man package. The onslaught, unstoppable shadows. 1 kill, 2 kills. They're looking to ace them. Convict going deep. The heal comes through. Oh, look at that damage on the Hecarim, though. 1v3 right now. Trigger trying to kite back. That potato go trying to peel for the ADC. The rocket does go down. Jinx gets excited, able to kite that away. But that is Convict going too deep. And any chance they had at taking the Baron off the back of 2 or 3 of those kills is gone. But they will get the tier 2 top lane turret to make up for it.
Yeah, this looks
a
like
lot
a
of
GG
gold,
to
though.
me.
That's a lot of gold giving over to Jinx, but again, it is 18-4, 40,000 gold to 32,000 right now. They're gonna clear the whole top side of the jungle, and they will reset for this dragon. But New World Esports Jupiter off the Death Snare right now, running straight to that dragon. They have not bought yet, so there's 1,800 gold, 1,600 gold on the Jinx, but I just don't think they get there in time.
Yeah, big credit to Buckby though. That was a really good flash package there. I really like that. So I like seeing from
That was a
Corki
4-man
players.
package, yeah, just pretty much
no, it's
right
good.
down the team, split them up. Then after that package went through, they were just running for the hills, and it was really Convey was so close to getting some of these kills, just went a little too deep without the backup. And I think if Convey doesn't go that deep, that's pretty much Baron. They get the dragon, they crack the base open, and then
Yeah,
I
he's
think
pretty close. I don't blame him for it.
no, I don't either. I think this game goes a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, I don't think it changes much about it.
Nah, this is definitely a go next type of scenario. This is where we start talking about
Oh no, what
next
a
game.
greedy
Fat
bag
Jester?
on top of a pink ward. The
Ooh.
fat jester. But they're so
doesn't
taking. They
die.
burned everything on him though. Yep. Oh no, that's 1 kill. That's 2 kills. That's maybe 3. Zoe able to flash out a double kill for this area. Taking the blast cone over. Captain does survive. Jinx on the
That's
bot
a
side of the map.
Baron.
That is easily a Baron and a triple kill going over to the Zeri. 21-4. And
So-
Jinx able to pick a blue buff.
Have you seen that bait from, I think it was Canyon? Or was it Ona? Where he backs on a ward on purpose. Oh, no, sorry, he stays AFK to bait the fight. Like,
Do you think that was one of those moments?
I want to know. I kind of want to go watching the replay if he checks
Yeah.
the bush first. Oh, the Jinx Rocket maybe? Nah.
Not quite, not quite. But yeah, clean Baron. I mean, good smite coming out of Convey. Trigger did try to steal it, but prop to a solid smite coming out of the jungler. We have Ocean Soul in 3.5 minutes, but I wonder if they try to crack the base before then. I would love for them to send someone top side with a dragon coming up in 3.5 minutes to try to crack that base, or even that is a cleanse actually burned on the side of Ikazuchi right before this fight.
I don't think it impacts the fight that much. Just put a little further
don't
back
think so.
and it'll be
Yeah.
fine. They're just so far ahead.
They're landing some good poke. They're just not able to follow with the damage.
Yeah, see, my thing is, right here, like, the bubbles are connecting.
But the follow-up damage is not.
There's no damage afterwards. I also feel, I don't know, I don't play Zoe, right? But I think Lucidity boots compared to
Yeah, I
Soul
think you want to
Shoes,
go. Yeah, I think you go Sork here, but I mean, I don't know. At this point, I don't think the boost matters too much. Hook not going to
Definitely not.
connect, though. Yeah, but they're looking to take this middle inhibitor turret. I would love for them to send the Shen off in the top lane and just use the ultimate to get back in. There's a good amount of damage actually landing, but
Yeah, Shen is bot right now taking turret. It's not a bad
mhm.
idea, honestly.
What feels really bad, though... Oh,
Oh,
hold
Zeri
on.
keeps getting hit
Very,
by all the
yep,
fucking bubbles.
yeah. Oh, a flash,
Ooh.
actually. I don't know if that was quite necessary, but burns it
It
nonetheless.
was. I think it was.
You think the Jinx Rocket kills at that distance? Or at that HP? I
I
don't
think
know.
it's
It's a,
better safe
they
than
haven't touched a
sorry.
crack and yeah, fair, fair. But what I was gonna say though, they're gonna get Ocean Soul here. Actually, just kidding. There's gonna be a fight coming in. Convey in on the backline. Trigger trying to kite backwards in rocket form. What? The ticking health ticks down. That will be a kill.
That's my
The ultimate gonna come
OP.
through, but gonna die up in the dunk. Actually, Echo Foxy is smacking people around that pillar, but it's gonna be too little, too late. Double kill, triple kill over the Hacker. 10-1 and 3, 10-2 and 9 on the Zeri. That's all she wrote, folks. 26-5. Aftermath Esports take it to New World Esports Jupiter in game one with what is a very convincing game one victory.
Yeah, I'm just sad because now Hecarim, they'll probably pick Hecarim again. Or actually, no, they'll probably ban it away stupidly.
Probably.
But I genuinely think that their top side for New World just played really bad. All in all, like no vision, horrible pathing from the jungler. I mean, good job on Convey for abusing that. Realistically, definitely the MVP of this game.
Yeah, I definitely think Convey would be the MVP of this game. Zeri played really well, but I think just the facilitating that Convey did, they played it so well outside of that one little miss overstep on that
Yeah,
top side fight when they went a little too deep, but it was so close you can't fault them.
for sure. And you could just see like the difference between the two junglers where they would be on the same side of the map, clearing
Mhm,
both their respective sides of the jungle, and then you'd see Convey 20 seconds earlier than
mhm,
Echo Fox in bot lane, for example, making
mhm.
plays, and Echo Fox is always a little too late, and every single one of his proactive plays we tried to gank in some way, shape, or form just never really worked out.
Mhm.
So it's just snowball, 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 and nothing you can do here.
Yeah, fair enough. We're going to throw to a quick break. And when we are back, it's game two of Aftermath Esports taking on New World Esports Jupiter. Can Aftermath secure a quick 2-0, or are we going to go to a game three? We'll find out in just a few minutes.
House. This is 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 what we do. Okay. 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 Okay.
All right, we're back with
Okay.
game 2 of Aftermath Esports, taking a New World Esports Jupiter Aftermath in a convincing, I want to say 25-minute win up
25,
against
yeah.
World Esports.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
up against the World Esports Jupiter in game 1. And right off the bat, we're looking at a Zeri ban to ensure that they don't see that again in game 2.
I don't think there is the problem. That's the thing.
I
She
don't think so.
obviously was strong. She was strong.
Mhm. True.
But I think playing any other ADC would have had very similar results.
Probably, yeah.
I,
But I
I
mean,
think
they
that.
do leave the Jinx up. And I wonder if New World Esports Jupiter look to first pick the Jinx here, and then Aftermath Esports answer with their bot lane. Because the Jinx is up. You know, the Corki, Vigar banned away, like we saw last
Mm,
game, as well as the Aurelia.
yeah,
The
and no
Kane taken
Hecarim
away.
ban.
No Hecarim
I don't
ban.
see. I don't understand the Kane ban. I think Kane is not in a really good spot for comp play. At least very predictable. You can kind of
Mhm. They
play
are
around his
kind of a
forms.
Kane one trick as well, looking at the
Okay,
account.
yeah,
So
fair enough.
like a lot of Kane games are
Okay,
played
that's
on the
fair.
jungler.
What?
Nautilus, right off the rip for New World Esports Jupiter, they felt that they had too much prio on that for Aftermath, so they are taking that away. But that gives
Really?
any answer that they want in the bot lane for Aftermath
Uh,
Esports, and it's the Rakan lock-in for Aftermath Esports. What do you feel about that?
I don't play bot lane, so yeah. I
So I
think
think
Nautilus is a stronger champ.
I think the issue is, why would you pick Rakan here, right? When you pick your jungle and then you pick, or any prior pick that you want, right? Because round one jungle pick is going to be left open for either team to get any priority that they want. Jupiter has already picked their support, so you don't need to answer with your support when you can pick it in round 3, right? That's my
Yeah,
thought process there.
for sure, for
But
sure.
Zyrakon's a strong bot lane, and the Ashe, who was buffed last patch, very strong champion right now with the Nautilus. Very easy gank setup in the
I
bot
like
lane there.
that.
Yeah,
I
that's a strong bot lane for Jupiter.
For sure. I prefer Jupiter's bot lane. I think Zarya's is a good answer to Nautilus, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what we pick here, though. This is what I'm
Yeah,
looking at right now. Third pick.
I think you go jungle here, but they're gonna lock in potentially top lane.
That's just, that's might
It
be
could
Mordekaiser jungle.
it
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
jungle. Yeah, it could be jungle, but I don't know. I'm looking at the players right now, and I'm pretty sure that's
What the
Mordekaiser top lane. A Yorick locked in. All right. It's getting
uh,
interesting. And what I thought
uh,
could be a quick 2-0 on the side of Aftermath Esports, looking like we might be going to a game 3 early on in this draft.
okay, at the same time, okay, but they're banning the Wukong, so they think it is definitely a flex. They're very scared of the Wukong. Interestingly enough, I think
Wukong
Yorick can.
top
Oh,
lane,
I
but
think Yorick might get counted. I can actually see that. The Hecarim
maybe.
ban, the Zoe ban. What?
Okay, the Zoe respect ban wanting to pinch that champion ball, but that does leave up quite a few options still in the mid lane for capped fill, actually. Actually,
I'm
capped
confused.
fill, they don't have a massive mid lane champion pool, so I want to see what they end up playing. This could be even like a Mordekaiser mid, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
I don't know where this champion's gonna go.
I don't understand Diana Pitt. I kind of do. It's just Yorick feels so off theme here. They just plan on fighting 4v5 and then just having the Yorick
Maybe.
split. Another volleyball pick who.
Actually, I think that's a Mordekaiser top. Oh crap, I don't even know anymore. I know Echo
Uh,
Foxy 12 plays a lot of Volibear
okay.
and
Vladimir,
a
interesting.
Vlad pick.
Vlad's really good into Diana. Just because he can
Yeah,
negate the
so I know
ultimate.
Mordekaiser is played by that potato girl. I don't know if Foxy 12 plays it a lot.
Oh, man.
I think it's a Vlad mid.
Yeah, it's definitely Vlad mid. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
mod. I mean, they could still
I
flex it.
mean, we've seen Vlad top, I think, somewhere.
Oh, it says that's Jace. That's
Oh, is that
Jace
Jace?
instead of the Vlad.
Okay. Okay. So Jace top, Volibear. Uh, what are we looking at? Because they play Jace in the
Uh,
mid lane too. They all play all these champions, by the way.
it's just a mega flex, right? Who's better into Ari? I would say Jace, I guess. I don't know. It feels weird. Like both drafts are shit, in my opinion.
Oh no. Okay, so I mean, obviously the bot lanes are decent, right? Zyrocon will always be a decent bot lane.
Yeah, no,
Ash
definitely.
Nautilus, very good bot lane, right?
I think
Ash
it's
Nautilus with the Volibear jungle will look very good, right? Even with the Mordekaiser jungle, it'll look all right, but definitely much better with the Volibear jungle. With the Diana jungle, that's still a solid 3v3 that they could be seeing, right? But then I like the Ahri in the mid lane. I think Ahri's good. I think York is interesting because you have a team that says they want to fight and then you pick a side laner who never wants to group. And then on this
Yeah,
side of New
that's
World
what I'm
Esports
saying. He's
Jupiter, the
very off
Enchanted
theme.
Crystal Arrow coming out of the Ash with the follow-up of the Nautilus, very good. The
Yeah,
Volibear laid on top of that is very good looking. And Mordekaiser is a decent pick. I just don't know where these champions are going. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think Jace could potentially be a little bit of an int. I
I
don't know if
I
these players
agree.
are really known for their Jace. I think Jace is lower down in their champion pool. So I'm a little worried as to what we could potentially see here with that pick.
I think Jace is also very off theme for that team. Like he wants to poke and kind of reply to engages, right? And also very hard to play. Out of so no, he's not very hard to play. He's very hard to play at a high level.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a difference. Um,
So I was gonna say, I think like we said, it was gonna be Mordekaiser top, Volibear jungle, Jace
yeah,
mid. That's what I was looking at.
that's
But
what it looks like.
we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I think both teams definitely have cons that they're going to try to play to, like win cons. But looking at these two teams, who do you think walks away with game two?
I think both draft wise, they're both turbo ins.
Okay.
I'll be. I think I'm going to give Aftermath the edge just because of how they look game one.
Okay.
I could see a world where they just try and take every 4v5 and win with the Ari and the Zaya kiting. And then Convey hopefully hyper farms and gets a fat advantage on Echo Fox, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I think, right, in a 50-50 situation where both teams are even, I actually think Jupiter actually wins this one. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So my concern is Hopper Please coming in playing top lane as an ADC player, right? They
Mm.
put him on the Shen to kind of negate the issue of skill, not skill, but knowledge matchups up in the top lane, right? They do have a
Yorick is
few
less
games.
dependent.
They do have a few games on Yorick this season, but I just don't know if that's the pick that I want to add to what would have been a potentially explosive 5v5 team comp. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, Malphite's always an option, just kind of like chuck yourself in there, kill people with a follow up of Desire, Rakan, Diana. But I don't know. I think this game could go either way. I think there's a lot of firepower on both sides, but I think towards the back half of the draft, it just got a little funky rounding it
we were
out.
about to say worse. Admit it.
With that, though, we're going to throw to a quick break, and we will be right back with game two of New World Esports Jupiter taking on Aftermath Esports. Welcome back. It's game 2 of week 6. Looks like we're going to have an early invade out of New World Esports Jupiter. Grouping up in the bot side, looking to try to kill out that Xayah. Does have the hook on the Nautilus. It's going to be kind of interesting pathing from
Yeah, I
them.
was gonna say that's interesting. I really like that.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. This should have been spotted out at this point if they were
Flash hook right
standing
now.
there. Yeah, it's going to be a flash hook. It looks like it's
Flash or
going to be
flash.
flashed out. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's very dangerous flashing in a straight line, but Ikazuchi does pull it off. That will be flash for flash. So that is a Xayah that is susceptible to an early gank, especially with the CC and the ability to lock down Ikazuchi on that carry champion.
I mean, Ordaro also has Hex Flash, I'm assuming. Yeah, he does. He has
Yeah,
Hex
yeah.
Flash. So this is definitely favored for
We're going to get a push level 2 as well, right? So at least they should with Ashe, right?
Oh, look, they got a nice ward, so they spot out the jungler.
Yep.
And Echo Fox is starting top side. I'm guessing he doesn't want to risk the.
Mhm.
The real question is, will Potato Girl put a ward down at 2 minutes 30 and
We'll
not
see.
get ganked?
We shall
That's what I want to see.
But yeah,
Great
they're looking for
opportunities, and
the
he's
steal. Not
able-
gonna find it. They needed to wait a little bit longer, but it was a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
good damage. But the problem is, they went up to give them the priority in the bot lane to get the push and get the level 2 kill onto the Xayah. But then they opted to
They
go
just
for the
forfeited.
invade and just
Yeah.
forfeited all that XP to now kind of negate that in the bot lane. So that Potato Girl, good trade on the pupper, please.
Ooh.
A hook actually going to land. The root comes through, but a good follow double knockup coming out of the Fat Jester.
Yeah, no, listen, Ashko just sat in the bush closest to the tower. Oh, we're looking over.
The level 2 is
L2
here. Though.
engage?
Yep, it's level 2 and level 1. The Fat Jester taking down is forced to flash. No flashes on the bot lane. But yeah, what you were going to say is just play off. You have an extra summoner. There's no way you lose that fight, right? It's level 1 Xayah Rakan with Ashe. Oh, hold up, we get a gank. A flash. Oh, Buckbeak does get stunned up. And the damage, a little bit more. The flashing forward, tanking the turret. Capped Phil doesn't get it. First bullet over to Buckbeak. Oh, you hate to see that.
That's why it's ignite.
That hurts. Yeah,
Chad
Papa Please
Buckbeak.
in trouble. Does have to flash. That Potato Girl putting the pain down in the top level 3 to level 2. But yeah, so first bullet over to Buckbeak. Does flash on a turret. Gets the ignite. Capped Phil. Not able to finish that one off. And yeah, like you said, burns the teleport. Wish they had ignite. And bot lane actually going fairly even, all things considered, with the push out of Trigger. The hook not going to connect. The follow-up is there, but the Q from the Xayah not available at the moment. And good trade onto the Xayah. Bring the Guardian, actually. The root comes through. Ikazuchi in a little bit of trouble. The exhaust goes down. Oh, no. Trigger does force the heal, but the flash comes through the stun. The Fat Jester going too deep. Trigger gets a kill. 1-1 right now on the scoreboard, and Ikazuchi might be dove if they stick around too long.
Yeah, no, I mean, good plays, good plays. I'm very happy for Ashe. Got out of there alive, got a kill.
Oh, Convey up in the top side. That Potato Girl taking a little bit of
Ooh,
damage.
look at Ordero, he's roaming up
walk
with his
away.
jungler.
Yeah,
I like this.
Getting some vision. I mean, they've won the
Nice.
bot side of the map right now, so they just need to keep up the pressure. Ashe has a kill. Is coming back with a sub 5 Noon Quiver, so you'd love to see that as an ADC. Those early kills, so important. Up against the double longsword right now. Xayah, hold on though, but Capped Phil looks like they could be in a little bit of trouble. Diana is in the area. They're gonna get the turnaround though, but the Fat Jester roaming up, but not gonna matter as they're able to walk out. And that Potato Girl forced to flash up in the top lane trade against Pupper, please. As you see the Yorick starting to really walk away with that lane. 24-10 in CS at the moment.
Yeah, quite surprising turn of events because I really think Mordekaiser's stronger. So
We'll see.
good for Papa.
Yeah,
I
Pupper.
do think also Yorick outscales. Wait a minute, hang on. If Mordekaiser ults the Yorick,
Mhm.
what happens to the Maiden?
I don't actually know, to be honest
We'll
with
see.
you. Because I barely see Yorick played, to be honest with you. We'll see, though. Pupper, please.
Straight
Oh,
from
that's gonna
Pupper,
be a
please.
lot of damage. Yep, of the top
Yeah.
lane. Buckbeat does get stunned up though, and that's gonna be a kill. It's given over to Capsville, so 2-1. New World Esports Jupiter fighting back in game 2 here. But the issue is, Pupper, please, 34-15. Mordekaiser will get some of that CS up in the top lane. Not gonna get all of it, but can that Yorick just keep applying pressure and just beat down this Mordekaiser in the side lane? We'll see. Does teleport? I don't know if I like that teleport. I think I'd rather Pupper Please just walk back to lane and catch it and then able to re-push it out. I think that's important
The only way it's worth is
ability
if he
that you
sets up a
keep it.
dive.
Yeah, and
Which
Diana
Mordekaiser's
is
level
up in
6.
the area. Yeah, Mordekaiser is level 6. A lot of damage on a Pupper Please here, but will get stuck inside that grass. Actually able to trade a lot damage back on a Pupper Please, who is still level 5. But
Should get hit
I mean,
6 here soon, no?
yep. Hold on. Echo Foxy in the
Bot
bot lane, though.
lane?
The Fat Jester does dash back to safety with the dash. Extended dash range with the Zaya. And no level 6s for the bot lane yet, so nothing too crazy going to happen. But I imagine when those 6... Oh, no. The Fat Jester face checking into Echo Foxy. But Buckbeat is there. The charm lands onto the Volibear. And Buckbeat, 2-1, takes down the Volibear with a slight gold advantage now, leaning towards Aftermath. Swinging like a pendulum back and forth as we see Captain Phil going to be collapsed upon. Buckbeat lands the charm.
I think he's dead
Conte
here, no?
there as well. Yeah, the flash comes through, but Buckbeat trying to survive. One more auto attack. It's gonna happen. Captain Phil does return that kill, but Conve gets that one, and that will signal the start of the Drake. But that's probably best case scenario for Capt Phil, as they were getting collapsed.
Yeah, I mean, good itemization. Hex Drinker is really strong when you have a... On Jace, it's a really decent item, especially against 2 APs,
AP.
right? Like Ari, Diana. Really good.
Yeah, good itemization. 2-2 on that J, stacking the tier up right now. So we'll see if Capfil able to kind of translate that early gold that they're able to pick up into this mid game. But
Is
all
Echo
in all,
Foxy a jungle main?
I don't know. I'd have to check.
Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
Because I feel like he really should take a look at his pathing. Could be a lot more efficient.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's
I mean,
that would really help him, like, because he
mhm.
idea wise he's got some really neat little things going for
I mean, the
him.
gangster there is just keeping up on the farming, I feel like is what they're
Yeah.
trying to say. Because
Yeah,
Conve,
exactly.
again, you know, sizable
look,
lead
that's
in the jungle again. And speaking of sizable leads, 30 CS pretty much between these two top laners. That Potato Girl really not having a fun time up there against that Yorick. But you're fighting it as such a huge minion. Oh no. They're smacked around. The mace not going to connect, but the shield
Maiden's-
is
okay,
there. Yep, nothing that Pupper Please can do. The healing is there as well. Yep, Maid not able to help really, and there's no heal cut done yet on the side of Pupper Please. So that Potato Girl really able to take advantage of that. Ikazuchi has to burn the ultimate to get away. Good hook coming out of the Nautilus there. A small root on the backside of it, but Ikazuchi does keep themselves safe, but goodness. Well, they're looking for it again. Ooh, the flash. That's a really good flash, actually. As the enchanted crystal arrow sails right where they were.
Yeah, without having the Feather Storm, Zai had to use a flash, because otherwise he was dead as dead can be. You might look at an engage from Rakan here, though, if he realizes where the
Not level
Nautilus
6,
is.
though. Yeah, not level 6 in the
Yeah.
Rakan, so that kind of flash ultimate engage not going to be there. They will hit the Nautilus, good buffer on the hook, though. They might be trading this
Nautilus
one back
dies
as
here,
Echo
yeah.
Foxy's in the area. Yeah, but that's so much damage so fast. Holy cow. The one thing
Yeah.
with the Glacial Augment, though, is it is reduced damage to your teammates, but not yourself. So
Exactly.
Nautilus
So you
a
have to
little
be,
bit
like, a bit more
squishy
careful.
there. Does get caught out, and that's a kill going over to Ikazuchi on that Zaya. I want to know when they hit level 6. This could be a potential dive angle as they
Nice
are
cage
looking to
from
take
Papa.
down that Potato Girl.
Top
Yep.
side.
The flash comes through, and oh, Echo Foxy on the backside of that. The heal is used as well, looking to try to trade back onto Ikazuchi. No Featherstorm as well. The ultimate comes through. That's one kill. The Fat Jester forced to flash. Trigger force looks to flash as well. Gets the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Does take that kill down. A little bit of a hypey flash on the side of the ADC, but that's 2-0 and 1 in the Ashe. And bot side's looking pretty good for Jupiter right now.
Yeah, we had some action down in the mid lane as well where
Yeah.
Buckby ulted on him, ignited him, but couldn't quite just get the kill. Now he might get collapsed on because mid lane is signaled.
Yeah,
No
Echo Foxy
Altari.
is
There's the
there.
flash.
Forced the flash. Not
Yep.
going to connect. What it's going to say, though, is while Echo Foxy 12 is finding kills, the top side of the map very heavily favored right now for Aftermath Esports. 78 to 40 CS and 72 to 47. So while Convey hasn't been in on as many kills, there is a gold lead for the Diana, who's just doing a really good job power farming through this early.
Yeah, I mean, Diana's so good at farming,
Mhm.
we'll just abuse it, right? And Echo Fox, on the other hand, can't take advantage of that by ganking every lane multiple times. Like, he's doing a decent job at that, but you'll need to keep up the tempo to match the Diana.
Yeah,
Because
and
they
what are your-
also have... The Diana has more farm, obviously less KP, but also has both objectives so far. In terms
exactly,
of,
yeah. It
Drakes
also
and
has
Heralds.
the Rift Herald to drop down. What are your thoughts
Mhm.
on Boots of Lucidity on Volibear?
I think it's actually good.
Okay.
Is it good into this team comp? I would have probably gone Merctred personally.
I'm thinking, yeah, the CC, the MR is just, I feel like
Yeah,
super
it's
good
very good value.
into this. Yeah, that
Pretty-
Potato Girl, does get rooted. Oh, that's so much damage. Shield just barely keeping the Mordekaiser alive.
Getting
Pretty much
bullied out here.
down to 170. I wonder if they drop. I feel like if Cover Please drops Eulogy of the Isles, that's a kill. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Like, I feel like one
I
auto
don't
attack would have been it. Enchanted Crystal Arrow gonna go. Oh, does actually connect
hit
on a
Buckby.
convict. That's a huge stun. Nothing that
okay.
convict could do. The flash comes out, and it's actually gonna be another flash on a Buckby, or a hook on a
Yeah.
Buckby, but able to walk out of that. And that was a massive
Nice
Enchanted
arrow.
Crystal Arrow coming out of Trigger there. Yeah, literally nothing convict could do. CC'd the entire time that they were getting killed, and that's a lot of gold going back over.
Yeah, definitely. And right there, I don't know if you're looking mid lane, but you just saw why the Ari versus Jace matchup is very Ari favored. Because,
Every time you look to
Jace
jump in, yeah.
yeah, just a free charm.
Mm-hmm.
And charmed again.
Yep. You
Misses the
hate to
Q.
see it. Yeah, Buckby does have. Oh, I wonder why Buckby. Yeah, I was like, that might
So-
be a potential kill angle with the ignite up from Buckby onto the Jace. To be honest
Yeah,
with you.
there it is.
Oh,
Look.
there's the all. Yep, looking to dash in one more time. Oh no,
Ooh,
miss
the charm
Evo
goes
and-
wide.
Yep. Charm goes wide. Capful able to capitalize on that slight mistake, and that's a 4-2-0. Fat Jester looking to go in onto Nautilus. Convey in a lot of trouble, though. A whole lot of damage. But here comes
Look at Ikazuchi.
Yep, the knockup on the backside. Free firing Trigger in a lot of trouble. The ignite goes down. Capful is in the area. Can the Fat Jester land the next
might
knockup into the
die?
shock blast? Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes through Ikazuchi, taking a lot of damage to the back half of that. The exhaust
Still
goes
has
down. The
Featherstorm.
roof comes through. Yep, still has Featherstorm. It's going to be 1-2 for 1. Looking to find it on Capped Phil. Not going to connect it. No more damage to follow up. 10-7 and 500 gold. Now in favor of Aftermath Esports.
So last game was really Convey's game, and here we're really looking at Ikazuchi really
Yeah. Ikazuchi
Has
having
a
a really good
huge-
time on this Aya. Yeah.
huge gold lead. We can't also ignore the Jace, so it's 5 kills now. Just
I mean, it's a big Jace, yeah.
pretty strong. Jace is really good right now with 3 items. So once he hits that Eclipse, Muramana, Cyrilda's Grudge, he'll be super scary. So him having all those kills is really good. He also has a big farm lead. As we see the Herald being dropped. No plates though.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have liked to get that a little bit earlier, but unfortunately, Convey went down, did die. Looking for the Fat Jester here, who should be able to
Might be
dash
dead.
back. Actually, no, that's gonna. Yeah, that's a
A
kill.
lot of damage.
Trigger picks that one up. Yeah, a lot of damage. A lot of easy to land point and click CC if any of those skill shots land as well. So
Alright, tracks in
Good
2
follow-up.
seconds. Press tab Look at
Mhm.
top lane. Look at the CS
Yeah,
difference.
I know. I know. 122 to 67. It's looking
Yeah.
a little rough up there right now.
The hull
Uh,
breaker and everything.
yeah. Ooh, arrow
Yeah.
does land on a Buckbee. The hook from Nautilus comes through into the root. I just don't think there's enough follow-up damage. The charm does not connect. Echo Foxy not fast enough on the follow-up. Pupper, please. Oh no, could be in a little bit of trouble. Looking to get some damage onto Echo Foxy, but you're walking in a 2v4 technically. It is Pupper, please taking down Echo Foxy. Oh no. Nautilus, the
Ooh,
flash comes through. Pupper, please not able to
what
find that
was
trigger to
that?
kite that one back. Not gonna happen. Trigger popping
Oh,
off 4-1 and
Papa.
4 on that fight. Capsville, the cavalry is here. Mordekaiser are not able to find the grasp back though, and blinking health bars. Pupper, please was looking so good in that fight. Just not able to finish it off though.
Yeah, when
Charm
he
goes wide
missed the
again.
Q
Knock
that.
up onto Capped Phil. You're in a spot that you shouldn't be. Against 3 members, will
Ooh,
potentially get one,
Chester.
but the ult out. Jester stays alive. It's a shutdown though. Buckby
Potato Girl
gets
is
the
dead here
charm
as well,
under
isn't she?
turret. Yeah, that potato girl in a whole world of hurt. It's close though. Convey looking for the final damage. Oh, the flash out from Potato Girl because Echo Foxy 12 there to save the top laner. And we're
Yeah.
looking at blinking health bars, but while the shenanigans have been occurring, mid lane Ikazuchi does take down the turret, up an additional 20 CS from what we saw earlier. So
Interesting
that
arrow.
Zaya getting a whole lot of gold in the bot lane.
Uh, Trigger? Are you alright, mate?
I think they're looking for a potential snipe on one of the backing members. That'd be my guess.
Uh,
I didn't actually see the arrow.
Well, they went straight to spawn. I'm guessing they were trying to do the thing where, as
Yeah,
they
you kill
arrive
someone.
back. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It was. Look, it's a very low cooldown. It's almost
it is
up
true. I
already.
forgot about that.
So
Yeah, I forgot
yeah,
about that
with
part.
with
Yeah,
that changes, yeah. I think Ash is actually really good utility marksman. Right? I like to see more
I
of this pick with a lot of damage coming out from the rest of the map to kind of
I think
mitigate that.
you can build her in a way where you actually do a
Oh yeah.
very big amount of
Mhm.
damage. We might look at a gank here from Echo Foxy. Papa Please has the hull breaker, but no maidens.
Mhm.
Could almost say Papa Please is
Maidenless.
maidenless.
Dude, that was coming. I was waiting for it.
Right, if we look at the map here, we can go over the win cons, right? Right now, on the side of Aftermath, they have a really big gap in the top lane. And I think everywhere else is pretty even.
Yeah.
Other than the mid lane, I definitely
Other
think,
than that, yeah.
yeah, Potato Girl
But
taking
I
some
mean, you
big
just let
damage
Pupper
here.
Please do what they're supposed to do best. But the issue is, oh, hold on, we gotta fight. Fat Chester going in does actually kind of get out. Convey a little deep though. Captain Phil in trouble. They're on the wrong side of the map right now. Trigger heading up towards the enemy base. Convey low health though, but Ikazuchi is there. Buckby going forward does get rid of the teleport. Comes through. Echo Foxy trying to get the stun. Echo Foxy taking down the Fat Jester. And they're both on the wrong side of the map. Meanwhile, Pupper Please looking to try to take one, maybe even 2 turrets as they dance around this dragon. Blinking health bars. Ikazuchi has to be so careful though. And there's a pause because Jungler has disconnected, but I mean, taking stock at this right now, it's 1-for-1. You have to favor Aftermath here because of New World Esports losing their mid laner here. I mean, the Fat
Yeah.
Jester is a lot of engage potential, but at this point, they could lose this Drake, stall it out, and they win out in the objective because Pepper Blaze is able to go up in the top line and take 2 turrets here.
The longer this goes, this little stalemate goes, the more it is in favor of Aftermath. I really hope that Papa Please doesn't group with his teammates. Yorick is such
Mhm.
an oppressive split pusher,
And
but a
look
lot
at
of
the
people do
difference
this
in
mistake.
CS. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
you
it's
cannot
crazy.
group.
But as soon as they start grouping, that's when they're going to start losing.
Yep.
Because that's the thing. A lot of people, they kind of see their team fighting. They're like, oh god, I want to help them. No, leave them alone. If they die, it's their fault. Flame them.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though,
Flame
we're
them.
looking at, we're almost, 18 minutes in. We're looking at 84 CS Mordekaiser who has a Leeching Leer and a Blasting Wand, right, with plated steel caps. They're not
Cool.
really providing a whole lot to these team fights, right? They're going to press
No.
R on someone. And
It's
then at
getting
some point,
kited by
I want to
Ikazuchi
see
and
I want to see a QSS coming out of Igazuchi here. So just unkillable in these fights, right? I think you
I don't
need it
think
for
he
the
needs to build it
Ashura.
right now.
You need it for
I
the
genuinely
Ashura, the Nautilus, the Volibear, and the Mordekaiser, right? I don't think you have to get it right away, but I think at some point you want to get it soon
after
because
LDR
you
maybe.
are
Yeah, sure.
you are one of the primary carries right now for your team. You
I'd say
have to
the
stay
primary
alive.
carry.
Yeah, for sure. You are the primary carry. You have to stay alive and just kite back and do all this damage. All their champions are going to want to come into your feathers, wait for that to come down, and just absolutely decimate people with the blade collar. That's all you have to do,
Right.
right? Put it out with the feather storm. Use deadly plumage. My apologies. Double daggers, and then just kite back, and you win these team fights. All while your York is on the top side, just beating down, playing PVE.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that mid lane right now, Buckby is not looking as comfortable as he was on game one. On a
Mhm.
champion he doesn't play
I
as
agree.
much, it seems. The thing is, Ari is always really good because the charm is just so good,
Yeah,
right? There's always that,
there's always good
potential to
CS.
catch someone.
Yeah, CS coming
Yeah.
out of it. Yep, or CC.
Right. Build wise, what's it called? Luden's Echo first. It's good. I would have liked to see Leandries into Cosmic Drive into that
Okay.
team.
Yeah.
That's coming from someone who plays not a decent amount, but I play her enough
Mhm.
to know the itemization and stuff. I think this
Yeah.
is definitely a Cosmic Drive and Leandries. It's really good synergy with a kit because what Leandries
Mhm.
lets you do is it keeps you in combat with the Cosmic Drive, so it gives you more AP, more CDR, etc., etc. But more importantly, it works for your ult resets and your passive. So what
Mhm.
ends up happening is you're always in combat, you're fighting, and you're getting the health and those ultimate charges back, even though you haven't actually hit them with any spells for the past 10 seconds because of the Leandry burn. It's really, really strong. Not many people do it. And it obviously is very dependent on the enemy team comp. This is definitely an opportunity for him to do that. I'm kind of sad I'm not seeing it here, but it's not the end of the world. He'll do so much damage to the Ash and to the
Mhm.
Jace as soon as he gets Void Staff. I'm hoping for a Void Staff second item because Ash will be going Wits End. Jace already has that Hex Drinker. That's what I like to see out of. Shadow Flame would be fine. Shadow
Yeah.
Flame would be fine, but Void Staff into Rabadons would be the more efficient build order, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And we did get the heads up. Obviously, Echo Foxy 12 did DC in what is a very important dragon fight. They did break combat for a couple seconds, actually, as both teams were positioning on each other's side of the map. So we don't know when they're going to be coming back. We do know that they are currently dealing with some storms, so we're not sure the extent of the issues exactly. But with that, for those of you joining us, Aftermath Esports on the red side did win game one up against New World Esports Jupiter. Both of these teams are tied in the standings for second in what is a four-way tie. And as these teams start to face each other in week 6 and 7, this could be a deciding match that potentially sends one of these teams out of playoff contention here. With that, though, we're going to throw to a quick break. They do have a couple more minutes to figure out what the issue is, and hopefully Echo Foxy 12 is able to return. If not, after that 10-minute pause, it's up to Aftermath Esports if they want to allow more time or let them try to 4v5 it. We'll see. We're going to find out in just a few minutes. We're going to throw to a break as we let the players get ready once again to get back onto the Rift. We'll see you in just a few moments. All right, we're back after the DC Echo Foxy 12 is able to reconnect. Like a 5-minute pause there. We're still fighting over the dragon. It is a 3-on-3 with the York in the top lane. A TP coming out of the mid lane, though. Ooh, this could get ugly if it's not tracked. It is, though, and they are able to get to their side. Meanwhile, Pupper Please up in the top lane, able to push the tier 2 turret, actually, and it will be traded for the dragon objective, and I actually think that's a favorable trade. It is only the second drake that they do pick up, and they do get 2 turrets up in the top lane. They won't lose the mid lane or the bot lane for it either, so that is 100% worth for Aftermath Esports. Minions crashing in on the top lane inhibitor as well, and things are looking pretty good. 3 turrets taken for Aftermath Esports. Not a single turret, only the 2 drakes. They kind of have the dragon stacking, is that it is the Infernal, but it's going to be, we're looking at a late Elder in this game. It's the second drake, only taken 19.5 minutes in, pretty much. 2 members pushing in on the mid lane. Only the Fat Jester there to defend that, so they will get a little bit of chip damage. And the tier 1 turret is low on their side. Pepper Please gonna be face checking to a couple people, but does have the ultimate there with them. The Massive Maiden to keep them safe. And they're positioning around the Baron setup. It is about to be 20 minutes. No one really has the opportunity to take it that fast, but they do have a lot of wards up in the top side. Looks like they want to try to force this mid lane turret down, especially with the enchanted crystal arrow coming out of trigger. They are able to kind of fish for those ultimates in the mid lane. QSS has not quite been completed on any of the carries yet, so they do have that pick potential should a long range arrow actually connect and catch someone out. But looks like we're just kind of doing the Baron dance, 20 minutes in at the moment. And everyone's just kind of fighting for rewards as people look to finish their second items. Ashe does have the now completed Wit's End, as well as the LDR for Ikazuchi. So second items coming through for the ADCs here. This Echo Foxy 12 could get potentially pinched here. Looks like they're not going to opt into it as Trigger and Ordero was in the area. But meanwhile, Pupper Please uncontested in the bot lane. Jace will be headed down, so this could signal a potential play in the mid lane should Buckby look for a charm here. Pupper Please going to take a little bit of damage. That Potato Girl does pull Pupper Please under. They're looking to deal with the Maiden right now that is tanking up the turret. Pupper Please looking to try to catch this one out. Capped full, and that Potato Girl going in. The Maiden is down the damage. Pupper Please going to be dropping soon. The shielding too much from that one Potato Girl. Meanwhile, they're trying to get the push in and clear out vision around the mid lane, but that's going to be a kill in the solo lane. Pupper Please does go down. Convey does get spotted out by the Ashe E, but they should be able to take that turret. So they'll get another turret for 1 death, and as New World Esports Jupiter looks to try to make plays across the map, Aftermath Esports is able to punish them having to send multiple members into that bot lane with a tower in the mid lane for themselves. 33.7 to 37.1. That gold lead has continued to slightly grow over the past, I'd say, 6 minutes so for Aftermath Esports, as you see Trigger in the mid lane. And looks like it's going to calm down a little bit. People going back to farming up their jungles, trying to get their next items. As was mentioned earlier, at 3 items, Jace is pretty massive. Does have the Eclipse, the Hex Drinker, and continues to stack up that tier of Goddess. So we'll see if Captfill is able to land the poke. Did play the Zoe last game, and unfortunately was able to land a sizable amount of Sleepy Trouble Bubbles, but unfortunately the follow-up damage wasn't quite there. So while Captfill was able to actually put a lot of pressure on Ikazuchi, who was playing the Zeri in game 1, because the damage wasn't there. So we saw Ikazuchi burning the cleanse, dashing out time and time again, but just not able to land the follow-up and really pressure any of Aftermath Esports around those objectives. Echo Foxy 12 looking for a potential fight in the mid lane, as it seems like we're doing a little bit of the ARAM. Conde could get jumped on if they're not careful here, and pan down to bot lane. Pupper Please doing what they do best. 189 to 112 CS, a whole bunch of maidens. That Potato Girl in a little bit of trouble, actually. Does try to get the shielding, but there's no real anti-heal. Pupper Please will go down. They do get the turret, though. Echo Foxy 12 kiting away. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow does keep the junglers safe. Meanwhile, it's going to be 3 members grouping up in that tri-brush. The charm comes through, a little bit of damage onto Ordero. Buckby having to walk away, though, half health. Without a top laner and the 80 carry Ikazuchi, Buckby could be in a little bit of trouble if any CC hits. Does have the flash. Trigger going to be flashing forward. Buckby does have to flash as well. The ultimate is not up. And that's going to be capped Phil on a killing spree, 16-10, but still a gold lead as Ikazuchi was not there for that fight. Fat Jester taking a little bit of poke. It's the third Drake that we talked about. Confe does not get caught by the hook from Ordero. And it's going to be 5 members strong. They're going to look to turn on this potentially if they're able to land any CC. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is not up. They're going to be looking for a hook. They have to play the walls. Ikazuchi, so much damage. And Convey gets pulled back in, decides to drop the ultimate, goes gold, but Ikazuchi goes down to Captain Phil on the top side. Convey forced to flash out Captain Phil with the follow-up. That's going to be double kill. Trigger has taken on the Fat Jester. It's 3 kills, and they had really no business being there. They're going to go straight to Baron now. And the gold lead that we saw that was brought up by Pupper Please, taking those silent objectives, they died. The rest of the team decided to group around the third Drake for whatever reason. The rest of them die, and now it's almost an even gold lead off the back of this Baron, and just like that, New World Esports Jupiter right back into this game. Baron down to half health. Pupper Please over the wall, looking to see if they can get a skill. I don't think they're going to use the Blast Cone or anything too crazy. Looking for it, not going to happen. Clean Smite coming out of Exo Foxy 12. And that is Baron on 5 members of New World Esports Jupiter. Buckby sniffing around to see if they can find a pick. Not going to happen. Good vision coming out of New World Esports Jupiter. And they all walk away 10-4 on the Jace pick. We weren't super sure how this was going to play out, but Capphil piloting this champion to success in the game. 11,000 gold to 7,800 of their counterpart Buckby in the mid lane on that Ahri. Ahri does have the option to just kind of be a charm bot as Buckby's kind of fallen behind in this game. The damage really isn't there. They've been bullied throughout the mid and late game with the CC and point and click coming out of the side of New World Esports Jupiter, but they're setting up a bait bush. They're going to find Ordero on the ward, but not enough damage between Buckby and the Fat Jester to take out the Nautilus. Third item completed now for Trigger on the Ashe. It is the run-on Hurricane, so a lot of damage could be coming out of this Ashe in these team fights, and they're looking to group around potential pick onto Buckby. The flash comes through from Ordero, the ultimate, and a pullback Trigger. Another kill, 6-1 and 7 on that Ashe, and no one is respecting the ability of this Ashe and the cooldown of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow as Ashe. Great ultimates coming out of Trigger, just punishing the overextension and the poor pathing coming out of Aftermath Esports. Pupper Please fighting that Potato Girl. Does not have any cut down yet either. Up against the Rift Maker and the steel-plated caps on the side of that Potato Girl. But Pupper Please able to kite this one back in the ultimate. That Potato Girl, so much healing coming out as well. Pupper Please going to be in a little bit of trouble. The pullback comes through. The flash as well. The Maiden in onto that Potato Girl, not able to finish up, and both of the top laners walk away. Meanwhile, they lose 2 in the mid lane. The inhibitor turret and the inhibitor itself is down. We could be potentially going to game 3, 21-10. The first gold lead that we see on the side of New World Esports Jupiter off the back of the wonderful play coming out of Trigger and capped Phil here. Everyone else kind of throwing their bodies in, providing CC. The teleport comes through from that Potato Girl. They're looking to win and make the end here. That Fat Jester going in. It does get the knock-up onto the Ashe, but it's not going to matter. Cap Phil kills one. Going for the second one. Convey goes golden. Ikazuchi under the turret in a whole bunch of trouble. The exhaust comes down. It's not going to matter. Jace is too fed, too strong. A triple kill going over to the mid laner. 13-4. And we're going to game 3 with New World Esports Jupiter taking game 2 in this best of 3 series. Now, it was very one-sided, to be honest with you guys. Back and forth all over the place, but in the end, it is New World Esports Jupiter forcing it to game 3 off the back of what was a, I want to say, 7-minute pause because the jungler DC'd. We're going to throw it to a quick break, and when we are back, it's game 3 between Aftermath Esports and New World Esports Jupiter, and what might be a win and you're into playoff matchup between these two teams. We'll be right back. All right, we're into game two, or game three, my apologies. Game two just concluded. It's all tied up right now between these two teams. Aftermath on the blue side, Jupiter. On the red side, we see the Vigar, the Darius, the Samira, and the Zeri all taken away. So definitely kind of pinching that champion pool for Aftermath Esports as Ikazuchi has had two decent games back to back on the Zeri, then the Zaya, the Aurelia taken away as well. Up next, last band coming through for New World Esports Jupiter. I imagine, what is that going to be? What have they banned previously right now that we're looking at? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the Kane. No, the Hecarim this time actually. So they're gonna be taking that away. The Kane is left up for Aftermath Esports. I'm not sure that's something I'd really like them to lock in, but we'll see nonetheless. And it is locked in actually. So first pick Kane. So New World Esports Jupiter gonna have their free pick of the bot lane, and then it should be R3 jungler is what I'm assuming they're going to be looking for. But the Nautilus locked in. Pretty much anyone that's had Nautilus, we've seen them win so far. So definitely a high prio pick in the support lane between these two teams. The next lock in is going to be the Volibear. So we've seen Volibear a couple times actually. I believe in all of these recent games. So Aftermath Esports can be locking that one in, but it's Corki coming through for Aftermath. So the mid laner that we saw in game one, we're going to be seeing back in game two. So Buckby will be piloting that one again. Buckby definitely looked comfortable on the Corki versus the Ari in game one, and then game two. Rel's locked in as well for the support up against the Nautilus and the Volibear. So good counter engage and overall engage coming out of the Rel. I want to see, I assume it's going to be Red Kane that we see in the jungle, but we'll see what Convey is able to do on their signature pick in this game. I think Kane's kind of a risky pick. Definitely easy to invade early on. Volibear is pretty decent early game brawler. And New World Esports Jupiter, something that I wanted to see them pick again, but if I were Aftermath, I probably would have removed. It is the Ashe Nautilus bot lane with the likes of the Volibear. Very strong 3v3 coming out. Good CC, great follow up, and Trigger had a phenomenal game, landed a multitude of long range enchanted crystal arrows, locking down Convey on that jungle pick last game on the Diana. Pretty much their entire life. An arrow would hit Convey, and Convey would die before they could do anything. So, coming through, the Shen's removed, the Mordekaiser as well for the bans. And I want to see what the final ones are coming through here. It's Jinx. Jinx are good AC right now. They have not picked their bot lane yet, opting for the early pick mid lane, and then banning out the Mordekaiser and the Jace. So Jinx not going to be an answer to the Ashe. And what I like about the Ashe here is Ashe wins or goes even with the majority of her current matchups. So with the likes of a frontline Nautilus able to peel for the Ashe, Trigger's going to be able to dish out a whole bunch of damage on this pick. A set locked in as well. That's something I think is actually pretty decent right now. I think Set's in a good spot as of right now. And I think Set has a decent amount of matchups. Great engage or counter engage. Should that Aatrox kind of jump in onto the back line, Set able to deliver that Aatrox back into the Aftermath Esports line, do a lot of damage along the way. So pretty solid draft coming out of New World Esports Jupiter here, and a Kaisa to round it out. Kaisa Rel in the bot lane up against the Ashe Nautilus. That's something, Kaisa's in a pretty decent spot right now. I don't know if she would be my first pick ADC, but we're looking at 3 ADC bans right now, so understandable. And Lissandra, the Lissandra lock-in, last pick from New World Esports Jupiter. So decent amount of damage, a lot of CC, point and click as well from Jupiter. And if I'm looking at the two drafts, I know a couple comfort picks went over to Aftermath Esports, but I think the easier 5v5 to navigate is favored for New World Esports Jupiter here. So I actually like their draft here. They did win the last game. I think if I were to bet money on this or bet channel points, I think I would go with New World Esports Jupiter to win game 3. With that, though, we're going to throw it to a quick break. And when we are back, it's game 3. Who's going to walk away with the win? Aftermath Esports or New World Esports Jupiter? We'll find out in just a few minutes. All right, it's game 3. Aftermath Esports taking on New World Esports Jupiter, who did win game 2 off the back of what was a wonderful Ashe and Jace play coming out of Captain Phil, who is walking into Convey, face checking him. Captain Phil is going to be corralled a little bit. The flash comes through and not going to happen, but Convey forced to burn flash on the Kane early. Really good early level 1 coming out of pretty much back-to-back games. See if they're able to punish that Kane, who does struggle early on against potential invades coming out of the Volibear. So we'll see. Both teams look like they're starting the bot side jungle. Taking a look, it is Electrocute Lissandra in the mid lane. Conqueror top lane for both of them. Conqueror jungle on Kane. PTA on the Volibear. Both ADCs taking lethal tempo, with Ikazuchi now taking the cleanse after a lot of arrows landed from Trigger in game 2. We'll see Trigger is able to walk away or have the same impact as game 1. And the Fat Jester taking exhaust on the Rel. I love watching Rel players. I don't know how well versed the Fat Jester is on this pick, but a good Rel player can single-handedly turn lost fights around in favor of your team. So we'll see if the Fat Jester comes out with crazy engages when all looks lost. But overall, just a little bit of trading up in the top lane, and Trigger and Ordero should get the push with the Ashe level 1 into level 2. So we'll see if they're able to punish that again in the early game, like they did last game, doing a lot of damage onto the Con in game 2, level 2, coming through for the top laner. So it looks like, again, it does happen. Root coming through in Ikazuchi, and the ADC and support down to half health, having to chug those pots to stay safe. And it was a longsword triple pot health potion start with biscuits for Trigger up against the Doran's Blade, single health pot for Ikazuchi. So feels a little bit bad as that Kai'Sa trying to lifesteal off the back of that Doran's. Meanwhile, Trigger's going to have a mad amount of sustain on that Ashe right now. Buckbeak does find Captain Phil in the top side brush. Both mid laners taking a little bit of damage, but they do have a decent amount of pots. So that's Captain Phil's last pot in the mid lane. Meanwhile, you have Biscuits on the Corki. Pullback does come through for the top lane. That Potato Girl can take a little damage on that set, but trade it back with the likes of the Haymaker doing a decent amount of damage to Pupper Please on the backside of that trade. Other than that, though, Kane, Convey, with their signature Kane pick, looking for a potential gank up in the top lane. That Potato Girl going deep. Pupper Please looking to find the chains, not going to connect. The knockup is there, though. The flash comes through, and just like that, that Potato Girl loses that summoner up in the top lane, but will be safe.
I'm here.
Welcome.
I will help you out.
Appreciate it. It's been a long couple games with all the pauses and everything, but this is the bully joining us.
Did you have to cast the first 2 by yourself?
No. Paul Walker was able to come in and cast 1.5 with us, but unfortunately he is EU time, does have some class in the morning, so he did have to head out. As honestly, chains do connect, but actually not good. Good size up actually for Potato Girl last second there. And it's pretty even. Ashe, we do see a sizable lead for Ashe, and then on the flip side, we see a sizable lead for Buckby. So, I mean, you kind of expect that out of Corki and Lissandra, just kind of able to play that lane out, not worry about it too much. But there is a lot of dive potential coming out of this top side, especially with the Volibear.
A big thing is in this mid lane, you have Lissandra that's going to be looking to get more priority and looking to roam and affect the map because, you know, it's more of a utility-based mid laner. You need a little bit more help to shut somebody down or just kill somebody.
Convey going over the wall. The flash comes through. Yeah, hold that thought. Sorry. Trigger does get exhausted. The good hook back, though, onto Convey, and Ordero trying to kite this one out. One more auto attack. Rel does pick that kill up. Volibear going in. Rel engaging for a second time. The Fat Jester. A little bit of damage. Oh, the Volibear flash forward, though. That's going to be a kill 1-for-1 in the bot lane as Lissandra coming forward. Does have the flash. A flash W not going to connect. Ikazuchi able to flash that one out. And what was almost every flash burn in the bot lane, it goes 1-for-1. We got to fight up in the top lane. Someone's going to die here. Pupper, please, looking to get the solo kill onto that Potato Girl. The Haymaker comes through. The shield ticking down. And both top laners walk away with a sliver of health remaining.
That was a really close fight, especially because
Yeah.
these are two big snowbally champions. Especially if a Sec is ahead or an Aatrox is ahead, they just become unkillable and
Oh,
just do a million
oh no! Tries
damage.
to flash the auto attack. That's not going to happen. But they do get Dragon on the bot side. So they get Dragon, get the solo kill up in the top lane. Things are looking pretty good for Jupiter in game 3 here.
Yeah, I guess I spoke too soon, and this looks like that
Oof.
potato girl is going to get that advantage, and it's gonna have a little bit more gold on top of Aatrox right now. That's gonna be really,
Ordero
really sad for Aatrox.
got so close hitting that hook. It was so close, but great Valkyrie coming out of Buckby. Judgeon does not quite connect and does burn the flash, but it's Nautilus with Hex Flash, not a big deal. And 100 gold separates these two teams right now.
Yeah, definitely so close. It's early in the game. Not
Looking for a gank on the
many.
top lane. Pupper Please
Oh.
does get jumped on. There's 3 members up in the top lane to dunk back. Pupper Please in a whole bunch of trouble. The stun comes through. Perfect layering of CC. Another kill goes onto that potato girl, who already has the Bramble Vest. So it's rough up in the top lane for Aatrox, who only has a Kindle Gem.
Yeah, I stated this a little bit earlier. Lissandra's going to look to roam a lot more than Quirky. Quirky's going to look to try to scale up, but Lissandra's going to have that priority, looking to get these ganks off. And, with the ton of CC that Lissandra has, it's easy to secure kills, especially on a flashless Aatrox.
Yeah, and I guess off screen, we were looking at bot lane for a second there with directed cam, and Buckby was forced to use flash in the mid lane, which I think was a engage attempt coming out of Captain Phil here, but great job on Lissandra to burn the Corki ultimate heading into this dragon fight a little bit.
Yeah, and right now, even though that roam actually didn't cost Lissandra that much, only down by 8 CS, it's going to be able to still affect the map, still going to, definitely going to keep looking to roam. I'm going to guess that they're going to try to punish Pupper Please as much as possible. A fed set is dangerous.
Yeah. Convy has just spent so much time in the bot lane looking for that gank. Buffs are back up, so Convy will look for that red buff, but bot side jungle clear is up soon, so they won't lose too much on that, but unable to find that as good positioning out of Trigger and Ordero on the bot lane.
And, it looks like right now, New World Esports is trying to make the plays. It looks like Aftermath is just playing very reactively at this point.
Yeah, really. Good job so far. I mean, it's only 400 gold, so this is still anyone's game at the start, but I do like to see New World Esports being proactive. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow does connect. It is onto the Fat Jester, who does go through a good sidestep coming out of Trigger, though. And it is under the turret. The root comes through the cleanse under turret as well. And Ordero taking a lot of damage, but here comes Convey. Trigger the first to fall. Ordero the second to fall in just a second here. And just like that, that's 2 kills going over to Convey. 1 in Ikazuchi, the other one in the bot lane. 3-3 now. A 600 gold lead for Aftermath Esports.
Convey definitely bailed his team out of that one. It was a pretty solid engage by the Fat Jester. The only problem was Ikazuchi was zoned out by Nautilus.
Yeah, Echo Foxy could be in trouble here. Does have to ult out. So Echo Foxy doing a smart thing, but a good read out of Pupper Please and Buckby to try to protect Convey's top side jungle.
Yeah, unfortunately at this point, at that exact moment, Buckby had the lane priority and had the first roam opportunity onto the blue buff, his own blue buff. So good collapse from Pupper Please to make sure Kane didn't get the counter jungle at that point.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be, Convey piloting the Kane. We've seen Convey have a pretty decent showing in the last 2 games. Definitely the superior pathing, able to farm up, making the Hecarim look really good in game 1 post nerf. And this is Convey's champion. I wouldn't say Convey's exactly one trick, but by far more picks on the Kane than anything else. And Convey's looking really good right now. Another force flash up in the top lane, able to stay ahead in farm. 100% kill participation 10 minutes in at the moment, and just making plays all around the map right now.
Yeah, definitely Kane is easier to farm your jungle and make
Yeah.
plays than
Oh,
Volibear
Buckbeak
play.
does get
Oh, that's a
stunned up
great
though.
arrow.
Flash coming out of Echo Foxy. That is a kill to trigger, and we saw that in game 2. I'm surprised the Ashe made it through into game 3 because Trigger has been so good with the enchanted crystal arrows here.
Yeah, definitely a low-key OP pick because of the
It's so
utility
good right now.
that it has.
Pupper Please
And
in a
Pupper
lot of
Please is
trouble. This
gonna
isn't even
die
solo
here.
kill. The Flash comes through the Haymaker follow-up, and that's another solo kill, 2 for that Potato Girl up in the top lane, who really did not have a lot of fun in the last game. Did make the Mordekaiser pick work, but now
Oh,
really taking it to Pupper Please.
This is gonna be a play for Aftermath right here.
Oh, yeah.
Our New World Esports, because they have a 4v3 right now.
Yeah, Buckbee's coming, though, I believe, with the package. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. A great engage coming out of the Rel, and not even going to need the Corki package. That's
And-
1, 2. That's going to be 3 kills, 4 once Capped Phil goes down, and that is a huge wing for Aftermath Esports off the back of the Rel engage.
Jester looking real thick right there, making the big plays. They didn't even need Corgi. That was just a very
No, it
good
was
engage.
pretty much a one fight right off the back of the huge engage out of the Fat Jester. Yeah, the only thing really going for them is going to be that Potato Girl up in the top lane, who's going to die now, actually greeting for that turret. Pupper Please does pick up that kill, so that is a shutdown now. Going back to the Aatrox up in the top lane, it's still a sizable gold lead in favor of the set, but that's something you really don't have to do. Oh, Buckby does Valkyrie out of the way, but the flash comes through out of Ordero. The follow-up into the root. Is it going to be there? The stun comes through right after that. Captain Phil has slain Buckby, and New World Esports Jupiter firing back off of what was a very problematic dragon fight for them.
Yeah, you know, a lot of gold went over to the set of their solo first tower, but giving over that shutdown wasn't best. I think he definitely could have done it with another push, but he decided to greed for it.
They're going to get a mid lane turret too.
And yeah, the gold lead is pretty much going to be 0, but that's 2 turrets that's going to be taken down close. Nope.
Convey's looking for this. The root, the ultimate comes through. The hook not going to connect though. And they are able to defend the turret actually. So great fake coming out of Convey, who did go red, Kane, by the way. We were worried that they'd go blue potentially, but good.
I mean, in this game,
and
it's
who
you can actually look to assassinate, right? You're gonna either assassinate the Ashe, but you could do that in Red Kane anyway in this game. But you're going against a set of Volibear and Nautilus. I think red in this game is 10 times better.
Yeah, we have to be careful. Arrow is not quite up, but they could look to dive this. We know Rel and Kane are coming down to the bot side, but Echo Foxy is there, spotted out in the war. The Fat Jester going for a little bit of a potential bait, but looks like they're going to be looking for Ordero there. Rel looking for the engage. The stun comes through. The damage is massive. Ikazuchi gets back in the middle. We got to fight in the middle.
No.
Buckby gold, and that Potato Girl looking for the dunk. Going to be under turret. Buckby not going to find enough. Burns the flash in the death, and that is another kill for that Potato Girl on the set in the top lane.
Yeah, Buckby's getting punished. They want Buckby to not be able to play the game. And that goes with the Lissandra pick yet again. You know, Lissandra's going to set up any type of gank very easily. Has 2 major forms of CC that could easily secure a kill for one of their carries. Either it's their set that just runs down from top lane, or even at the Volibear.
And both teams have done a decent job of cross-mapping thus far. Obviously, Aftermath laying to the bot lane in the power of that Kaisen right now. Meanwhile, top side of the map is all New World favor.
Yeah, and it's still a very close game. It's only 3 gold lead, and you know,
it's crazy how close it is.
1-1 in Dragons, but looks like NW Trigger is gonna look to try to secure another tower. He's gonna get a lot of damage down, but he won't be able to secure it.
Looking to potentially dive this Aatrox in the top lane. Remember, it's up there, but looks like the minion wave isn't there, so they're gonna call it off. Look to
it doesn't matter about there's no tower there. If they knew he was there,
the Kane though.
Yeah.
Oh, Convey's in a world of hurt. Who's gonna pick up that kill? That's the question.
That gorge
should go to that. Yeah, that's a lot of healing. The flash comes through. Oh my gosh, Convey got away with the crime right there. I think. Wow.
Yeah, Convey got out.
Great job staying alive.
The Frozen Tomb came out, but it didn't look like that Potato Girl and Echo Foxy had enough damage to burst him down with that Gore Drinker just getting
That's one of the problems, though, with the team, right? I mean, Set's a bruiser. Set's not going to burst a whole bunch of people out with the build that they're probably going to be going with. And Lissandra does decent amount of hold up. We're going to find the bot lane. Trigger going dangerously low. The exhaust comes through. One more auto attack. That is going to land. Ordero going to be in a lot of trouble as well. So the Aftermath Esports bot lane comes up with a big double kill on Ikazuchi. 5-0 and 3 now.
Ikazuchi's getting extremely strong, especially with the route. Like, I feel like the Aftermath team comp is just so much easier to pull off. You're lacking a little bit damage with the New World Esports Jupiter comp. You have an Ashe that's usually more utility making those picks. You have Sandra that's making that utility plays as well. Definitely going to go to that ever for us. You're looking at a lot of your damage coming out from the set. Yes, he's 4-1, but any just collapse on with, Convey, Puffer Please, Buckby, they could poke out these carries. They could poke out them so easily and look for the fight they want and look for Ikazuchi just to pop off.
Yeah, AP Kai'Sa as well, so she's going to be doing a lot of damage later on with the Void Seekers if those are able to connect. And I don't know, it's still anyone's game. Second dragon, I feel like this is going to be a massive dragon if this is a one-sided fight here. But we'll see. Buckby does have the package. This is going to be really difficult for them. They have to walk through this choke point. Their bot lane is separated, so they might decide just to split this fight and go for one or the other. They're going to be going in. They're going to find a fat jester. Yep. That's a big dunk, actually. But yeah, Buckby looking for the package. Does have the Valkyrie back out. Able to find a decent amount of damage onto the back line. But it is that potato girl taking up so much damage right now. Convey looking for more. Goes over the wall. Gets that kill. Looking to try to fight them. Trigger so low. Kiting backwards. Oh, no. The chains are going to connect. Aatrox able to pick that one up. It's a massive fight for Aftermath Esports. Ikazuchi gets that fight. The damage just isn't there. It's a one-item Ashe. The ace comes through. They only lost the fat jester. And like I said, if it was a one-sided fight, it could swing it right open. They have yet to pick up a tower, but they look like they might be getting one in the mid lane.
Yeah, even that potato girl did so much damage in that fight, but the problem was there's no damage anywhere else.
Yeah.
And yes, they were able to kill off Corki very quickly, but then Ikazuchi was still able to free fire this entire time. Aatrox was alive, Kane was alive. That's just so much damage all over the map, and they just got picked apart in the skirmish fights after the initial burst.
Yeah, Corki did a really good job. Valkyrie in, package through the entire team.
I think he could play it a little bit better.
True.
Puffer Please
Puffer Please is gonna die here. Yeah, you took the tower, at least you got something out of it. Looking to trade some damage back in a capped fill, but this could be a shutdown on Lissandra. So that is a shutdown though, going over back to the Lissandra from the Aatrox there. So a little bit of gold swinging between these two teams, but definitely the largest lead that we've seen in this game now in the pockets of Aftermath Esports.
Lissandra getting that is definitely the best move. If Captain Phil will need to get a little more damage, so a lot of these ultis, a lot of these plays could become extremely impactful, especially with Lissandra passive.
Yeah. Yeah, Void Seeker doing a decent amount of damage already. Not quite two-shot potential yet, but it's getting close. So.
Yeah, it looks like Ikazuchi was gonna have the Luden's Echo in about 150 gold, so that's gonna be a massive upgrade.
Hurt. Going over the wall, they spot capped Phil. Ordero, ooh, this is prime time for Ikazuchi to go forward. Does go into the stasis. Ikazuchi gonna get hit up with the enchanted crystal arrow. The flash cleanse comes through. Fat Jester biting off a little more than they can chew. Not able to kite this one out, and they opt in with what ended up being a 2v4.
And that's just not having enough information of where everyone is.
Yeah.
They look for a pick, especially on Lissandra that has so many abilities that could delay her own death. And she ended up using the Frozen Tomb on herself and allowing Echo Foxy to get there just in time, forcing Ikazuchi to flash and the Fat Jester just to their death.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Luckily, Ikazuchi did not give up the 700 gold bounty on them, being 7-0-4. Realized that maybe this isn't the fight that we want. Did have to burn the flash and the cleanse to get out of it, though. So you're missing a lot of important abilities on that Kai'Sa heading into this dragon in a minute 40.
Yeah, and right now, even though Buckby is 2-4-2, he's just scaling. And that's where it's going to become very dangerous later on. Once Buckby is able to get the Luna's Echo, and looks like he's actually going that's actually interesting. This is I always love the Luden's Echo build. It does so much damage, especially when you're going with the still poke, especially with like
Yeah.
a Kaisa. You can one shot people by. I guess he's looking for more of skirmish type fighting and looking to go with the Kane. So either or, he's still scaling. He's still going to do a lot of damage eventually. And Ikazuchi right now is a massive threat. And if he's able to free fire in any of these team fights, it could be a penta in this game.
Yeah, definitely. By far the biggest threat on the Rift at the moment. We saw that Potato Girl popping off early game with the set, but I'm worried about the 7-0 Kaisa, to be honest with you. There is gold advantage, though, up in the top lane, so we'll see if that Potato Girl able to do anything. See if they can that translates in
We're
the mid
talking
game.
about a 7-0 Kaisa, but we also can't forget about the 4-0 Kane, who's going to
That's true,
cause
too.
so many issues for this backline.
Farmed up as well.
Jupiter.
I think second most most farm in the game, except for the 2 that Potato Girl got. Thanks, appreciate that top lane. But second most farm in the game right now.
Yeah, we're looking at third dragon. Looks like Buckby.
There's a big fight here.
Bucky
trying to get that package.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds away from package, so he's gonna wait a little
The
bit.
teleport is
He has
there.
TP.
That's a good teleport word, actually, in the bot lane right there.
Yeah,
It's
he will have to
been
TP
pinged
this
out.
fight, but definitely they don't want to give up this ocean. This could be a big win con for
Another TP's coming in. They spot that out. This could get real ugly for them. They're kind of getting corralled in the enemy jungler. Ikazuchi does have a flank on a trigger. Oh no, big W, big ultimate from Rel. Everyone's caught up in the Wombo combo. Set trying to do what they can, does get the dunk out, but that Potato Girl with the haymaker. Actually, that's a lot of damage on Ikazuchi though, but no one's hitting the Kaisa, free firing in the backline. Buckby on the flank as well, doing a lot of damage with Valkyrie and the Gatling gun. 3 kills for nothing. They made it look easy. Only 2 flashes, or only 1 flash burn, my apologies, in that fight from Buckby. And 19 to 12 in kills, just like that. That is the 3rd Drake. The stacking is a real issue, especially against an Ocean Drake.
Yeah, honestly, like the package from Buckby and the TP, it didn't do much, but it did bring the fear of God into the enemy team.
Yeah.
And it forced Captain Phil to never be able to join the fight. This fight started and ended without Captain Phil being able to get in. And immediately off the bat, that burst damage, the play from the Fat Jester and Ikazuchi just positioned like just to do tons of damage, made it impossible for New World Esports Jupiter to even fight back. And this is getting bad to worse. This is the Ocean Soul possibly going to happen. That's on
Not gonna
Aatrox
connect. Yeah.
and the Kane.
Yeah, I mean, how do you kill these champions at this rate? It's like a rough, to be honest with you. You know, it is still a little over a 3,000 gold difference, so it is doable. But I'm concerned that they just don't have the damage or really the anti-heal to deal with some of the frontliners coming out of Convey and Pepper Please right now. Like, we see Bramble Vest, and that's pretty much it at the moment.
Echo Foxy taking down to half health from like downtown, not able to do anything about it. And Captain Phil is they actually started
in.
Baron.
Yeah. Oh, good flash on an Ikazuchi, but yeah, you're dead.
Oh,
got the cleanse. What are you gonna do?
God.
Ordero's there as well, but what does it matter? That's 2 kills. Let's see if they can go for more. Yep, but that Potato Girl does land the haymaker. Oh, great opener to Ikazuchi there. Oh my gosh, that was just in the nick of time. Buckby, scumbag Buckby though, does ensure that there is no pentakill going over to Ikazuchi, but it will be the mid lane turret, and they're looking at Baron next.
Yeah, what a killer instinct. Knew
That
that
was
they died. The haymaker was about to connect. Killer instinct, just dodge it.
That was great.
Wow.
That was a really good job. Really great killer instinct there. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Corki is one of Buckby's more played champions, but Convey and Ikazuchi got their #1 played champions, and they're showing why you ban these champions against them.
Yeah, I mean, right now is Convey and Ikazuchi show. And the Fat Jester. Fat Jester has been making a lot of massive plays.
Fat Jester is the unsung hero in this game with these engages. I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, it's just creating so much chaos and allowing to for his own team to gain room in these fights and allowing to play and so that they can position well in these fights, making sure the set doesn't get some insane engage and wipe the entire team out.
Yeah, they're doing a great job right now. And next dragon up 2.5 minutes. So I assume that'll be the next fight as they look to try to take some of these extra turrets here now. But
Yeah,
they do have to be careful, right? If Trigger is able to hit a good enchanted crystal arrow, and they are able to dogpile onto someone when they are split, this 1-3-1, there is the opportunity for them to fight back, but it's so hard right now. Like the damage just isn't there from the mid and the bot at the moment.
yeah. Um, Ikazuchi's cleanse is gonna be up in about a minute 30,
Hmm.
and once that's up, even if Trigger is able to hit a crystal arrow onto Ikazuchi, it's just gonna be instantly cleansed,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's
Oh
just
man.
it's just so hard to play against that team.
Yeah. That potato girl getting chunked down. They're going in a Pupper Please Echo Foxy
Yeah,
and
but Puck,
Capped Phil. Yeah, Pupper Please, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow does connect. Oh, that's a big stun. That's a hook after that. I mean, they're sending 4 members in the bot lane. They do get that kill, but what does it cost them? It'll cost them at least a top lane tier 2 turret. They're knocking on the inhibitor door right now. I don't know if they're able to get it, but they're able to get a decent amount of chip damage as Ikazuchi looks to poke. I mean,
yeah,
double cannon minion, like, I would like them to just kind of stay up here and keep these minions buffed for a couple more seconds, but
yeah,
they'll
they're
take
gonna.
a third of the health on.
So instead of going for this inhibitor, they're gonna actually look to get priority over this dragon, especially because it's their soul point, Ocean Soul, and Ocean
Yeah,
Soul is basically gonna secure them the win. The package is gonna be up in about 20 seconds, so Buckby will be waiting for that.
just
But
have
getting
to
priority over this
teleport
dragon
as well.
is just gonna be
But
fantastic.
yeah, Pupper Please doesn't, though, so Pupper Please will have to run straight there. Both
Mhm.
supports do kind of face each other. Oh, look at the damage. That's the front line.
Yeah, and here's the thing about playing against this Kaisa. Even though they're positioned in the pit, they're gonna get poked out
Oh, yeah.
constantly. And Buckby now picked up the package. Is gonna be able to hit these rockets. And oh,
Oh my gosh, Echo
oh
Foxy,
my
that's one of their
god!
front liners, pretty much dead. Convey in a 1v4, the teleport over the back wall comes from Buckby, looking for the package usage, does find Trigger. Ekazuchi with a double kill. Buckby gets that one up, a double kill for Buckby. One member remains. Capped Phil, that's the Ocean Soul that will be picked up by Aftermath Esports. They looked great in game one, faltered in game two, but they've come back in game three and have ultimate control with 11,000 gold separating these two teams.
Yeah, and they're just gonna be able to pick up this bot lane turret and probably inhibitor at this point. And this gold lead has been spiraling out of control.
Yeah,
11.4k right now, and that is absolutely insane.
they're looking to crack the base here. They have time to do it. This should be the tier 3 turret, the inhibitor turret going down. I don't think they're going to stick around for the inhibitor itself,
They will.
but looks like they might actually. Respawns are coming through, though. The arrow is
Oh,
not quite up yet, so don't have to worry about that too
yeah.
much, but
Oh, they're looking
yeah.
for a TP behind them. They're looking for a
Oh,
play
they
right
are.
here.
Oh, this could get real ugly. We'll see, though. Lysandra coming in. Convey is not there, but it's going to be a flash on a Pupper, please. But no one's touching the backline right now. But here comes the Volibear, but instantly dead. Ikazuchi over the wall. The flash comes through from that potato girl, but a good killer instinct. Meanwhile, Trigger gets taken down. There's just not enough damage on the backline. Pupper, please, just healing so much. There's no cut down to deal with the Aatrox. The ultimate's going to come through. Capped Phil. Convey's finally made it. Won't connect that, but it's going to be a double kill going over to the Aatrox. They still don't have any anti-heal other than a couple Bramble Vests. There's nothing on the carries right now. And we saw how devastating that was. Pupper, please, going and zoning the backline with that Fat Jester.
Yeah,
And that's
even
going to be the
though
game.
yeah, even though it was like a very good early game for the set,
Mhm.
it just goes to show you that the rest of the map can just easily, if it spirals out of control, it's so hard for the set to
Mhm.
play. And Aatrox, even though had a bad start, was able to still be this ridiculous tank,
Yeah.
just healing consistently over the game. And that will be a 29-minute end. That's a very well played game in the back half by
Mhm.
Aftermath. And they're going to be going up to 4-2, I believe. That's a series record.
Yeah, and I believe next week they play Clinical as well, who've really been struggling this season. So if I were a betting individual, I'd say Aftermath Esports pretty much clinch a playoff position here if they're able to take down Clinical.
I think they already did. Hold on, let me check.
They might have actually, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
New World Esports Jupiter have a shot. It is rough
No,
that
they
Literal
okay.
Monkeys
So they actually clinch.
they
Wait,
clincher.
no, wait, no, I forgot. Little
I think
Monkeys
it's
won.
close. Yeah. I mean, right now the top four are going to
Rivals
be
won.
TA, Business Time, Fire, and Aftermath in no particular order at the moment, right?
I know Fire
Um,
won. Aftermath won.
actually, I think it's TA, Fire, Aftermath, right? And then New World, then Business Time, if I believe.
No. So
Did I get it wrong?
Business Time won. Did Business Time already lose today?
I thought TA 2-0'd them, but I could be wrong. I could be looking at someone else
Yeah.
thinking,
They 2-0'd,
yeah.
but actually it's gonna be Rivals. Actually, it's gonna jump up. So Rivals is gonna be sitting
Ooh,
at 25 points, which means they're gonna be above New World, and they're gonna be above Business Time.
did Rivals? I'm not seeing Manchester. Did they win?
Yes, they won 2-0.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they did. I missed that. All right, so it's Cloud Division is going to get crazy with 7 because a whole lot of people are fighting for playoffs. Rivals, who we
Yeah.
thought was pretty much potentially out of playoff position, has a chance to clinch playoffs next week. And if we look real quick at that week 7 schedule, it's Clinical up against Aftermath, Jupiter versus Business Time, Rivals versus Fire, and Revolution versus Halcyon.
Yeah,
So pretty much everyone has an opportunity to knock someone out of playoffs here in the first 3 games.
yeah, so I'm gonna assume, like, Aftermath's gonna win. They're gonna lock in 2nd seed.
Mhm.
Um, and New World, Esports, Jupiter, and Business Time, whoever loses has a good chance of getting knocked out.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if they lose 2-0. Little Monkeys Fire and Rivals. Uh, that I think Little Monkeys Fire has a. I think they're pretty much locked in at this point.
I think
Little
they're
Monkeys.
close. Yeah, I think they could drop to like 4th seed, but I think they make playoffs in a week.
So, but Rivals could easily be knocked out if Little Monkeys Fire
Mhm.
wins.
Like a 2-0 or something. Yeah.
Like a 2-0, it puts the strain on Jupiter or Business Time to not go to
Hmm.
get 2-0'd, and then it goes to a tiebreaker of head to head. And
Yeah.
don't think Rivals. Did Rivals beat Business Time? They might have actually.
I have to look. It's getting crazy though, for Cloud. That's for sure. There's a couple divisions like that right now. Cloud being probably the wildest at the moment.
I don't
There's
know.
a
Even yeah, right now they're probably the
Yeah, and
wildest.
then Ocean can get a little bit crazy as well, depending on some of those wins. I know Imperial 2-0'd. I know CB Rangers 2-0'd.
Conduit 2-0'd,
Conduit
unfortunately.
2-0'd.
Oasis
Yeah,
with the
unfortunately
FF.
the FF.
Is Son Goku still playing right now?
No, I think Son Goku lost 2-0. I'm pretty sure I saw the results of that game. I could be wrong looking through match history right now.
Let's take a gander.
Yes, Rangers 2-0'd Goku here.
Okay.
So pretty much Rangers and Imperial in playoffs, I believe. And then we'll
Well,
see
yeah.
where the rest of everyone lines up. But GSG Gamma taking down Little Monkey's Water spices
Yeah.
things up a little bit as well.
And I did actually pick a GSG Gamma to win that, so
You did.
I honestly think I'm perfect this week so far.
Ooh, all right, all right. Well, I believe that wraps up all the action for week 6. Week 7 should be really interesting. We'll see you guys next week for Otter Talk, heading into playoffs the week after that. Thank you all for coming out. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.